I'm holding.
Hold.
Okay, so who inspired you?
Super best friend cast that no longer exists.
Unfortunately.
Does that make you guys sad?
Yes.
Yes.
Does it?
I was actually
Yes.
quite torn up on the breakup video.
Oh, dude.
Matt and Pat are no longer friends.
I remember the fucking day, dude. It was decently early in the day, I think. I woke up.
It was right after fucking Christmas.
You know what? Fair enough.
It might have been like the day after fucking New Year's or something, but I remember it was Christmas time, and I was like, this is not the present I wanted for Christmas.
I woke up because I was staying the night at a buddy's house, and I
Yep.
put on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, Super Best Friends. Oh, okay. And then I watched it.
What was the video called? Was it just It's Over?
It's something like that.
Yeah, bad days.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we only have like maybe I would say
No.
like 3
No,
things that may
no.
not be on anime, but
Okay, let's go through them and
Okay.
veto.
all right. So we're starting. I've been recording, but we're gonna start now. All right.
Why have you been recording us?
Just because.
Oh, I could feel it.
We gotta do the cold open.
Brother, I could feel it when he's like, oh, so you guys are sad about this podcast.
You
We
guys
gotta
are
do
fucking
we
feel it.
no, we gotta do the cold open. We gotta start off with some bullshit.
You guys are sad that Super Best
Did you
Friends-
know cats are like? I know we made that joke.
Yeah, I think you made that joke in the second episode.
Second episode callbacks. We got them here. This cat's gonna sit on my lap.
We got red hot cold opens. Okay, so all right, we could do a clap. That was terrible. Okay, all right, let's not do that again.
We were on sync that time, sure.
I was left out.
Same brain.
Hey, we can do another one if you want.
No. We're good. We're good.
Me and Salem are fairly convinced we're just cut from the same cloth.
You probably are.
Brain to brain communication.
Literally.
Okay.
Are you
so-
thinking about Magi record right now?
How did you know? Dude, I've been thinking about that all day.
All right, so let's introduce ourselves once more for the listeners.
Ooh, who are we?
Hold on, I gotta turn this audio
Why
a
are you
little bit
pro-
up.
That's a philosophical question.
This
Sure,
man is
I mean,
purring so loud on my lap right now.
Oh, Bell.
Yeah, he going nuts.
He's not named after the Don Machi Bell, by the way. I thought he was a girl, so I named him Bella. Then I saw his massive balls, and then I
you're
was
like, oh no.
yeah.
I
So I
thought
was like,
you named him Bill because he's empty and there's not a lot going on in there.
I mean,
Oh,
sometimes.
that's a little mean.
Except-
He's an orange
What?
cat.
That's a little
Yeah,
mean.
they share one brain cell. You know that, right?
All right, so I'm Jose, aka Sinomonjo. There was this YouTuber I used to watch. He'd be like, "What's up, it's your boy Nate, aka Tabasco Sweet."
Dog, we got.
I love that.
We got to talk about the news stories.
All right,
No.
go. What's your name?
Wyatt Sherm.
All right, and what's your name? Oakley's.
Yeah, my name can be whatever you want, but Baker's fine.
Call me by whatever.
Shy Halud.
Shai Halud.
That's right. The sandworm.
I can roll with that.
Do I gotta turn up Sherm a little bit more?
Do you have to turn me up? Well, the world will never know.
Pump it
All
up.
right, so I read this. I have this news article here. George R.R. Martin says most TV and film adaptations are worse than the originals. He goes on to say basically that it doesn't matter what the source material is, it's always going to be bad. Now, this is on the heels of House of the Dragon season 2 and The Rings of Power.
Well, I mean, recent developments are proving him right, I suppose.
Oh, you think so?
Recent developments, yeah. Well, I
Recent
mean,
developments.
like, obviously not everything is going to be trash, but, like,
I mean,
fans have been let down by a lot of
if you
shit.
give it to a company that does not care about it and sticks a bunch of people that are in charge of it that don't care about it, it's gonna be garbage. I don't know why you expect it any different.
Here's a quote
Money.
by George. He says, if anything, things have gotten worse. So he's basically saying that adaptations have gotten a lot worse than they were in the past, and that adaptations have not been great recently. Now, I will say something like Blade Runner being adapted from Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, they're almost entirely different concepts. But if you're trying to adapt like A Song of Ice and Fire or something like that, you know, you're not gonna get the one-to-one from the book. Now, I've been listening to a little bit of the Mushoku Tensei light novel, and they've also been cutting out some stuff. They even wrote a news article, I think, last week about how they cut out a portion. I know you didn't watch anything, Salem, but
Yeah.
did you watch it, Sherm?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
When Elise and Rudy went to the Sand Continent
I-
through the teleportation portal.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so there was that entire episode, they get to where they're supposed to go to that labyrinth by the very end of the episode. But in the light novel, there was like a merchant that got attacked. Rudy and Elise helped him out, and they traveled with him for a couple nights. At one point, the only time that wasn't the only time Rudy got seduced. I'm pretty sure he got seduced like twice or 3 times because of that succubus. So
Yeah.
that was completely cut out. That like whole journey, I think it may have lasted 1 or 2 chapters, but like yeah, they condensed it down to one episode. Could have been 2, honestly, if you stretched it out. But did you think that was paced well, that episode? Because once I read that article, I was like, oh yeah, all this stuff did happen. Did you think that was worthy of 1 episode?
Yeah, it didn't need to be more than 1 episode.
Okay, so we've all seen Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
We've all never read the book.
I have not read the book, no.
Do you think like that probably stood the test of time? Like, do you think that was
What, the book or the movie?
Do you think like the book was adapted well? Because I've heard on-set rumors and stuff that Peter Jackson was like flipping through the book notoriously while filming scenes, trying to make sure that he's getting it right and stuff like that. Do you think the movie came out great for it? Do you think because he loved source material, it was a good movie?
I have a hot take, which is The Lord of the Rings isn't nearly as good as people think it is.
What's your favorite trilogy?
As many problems as it has, probably The Dark Knight. Like Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Just because that second movie is carrying so goddamn hard.
But I feel like that second movie carries the entire franchise. Unlike Lord of the Rings.
I just don't see that. Like, there are ravenous fans for The Lord of the Rings. I just don't see it.
Well, I mean, like, so I've watched the trilogy a good number of times throughout the years.
I bet you have.
They're really good. Like, I really enjoy them.
But,
Hell,
yeah, I don't want to say they're bad movies or like they're poorly written or anything like that. I just don't see the hype.
I mean, fair enough. Like, I mean, like with a lot of like properties and stuff, like you'll have the like rabid fans that like they'll buy like all the merch and they'll have like all the books.
Yeah, you know your
shit.
fandom, right? Making a reference to that one cringy person at that My Hero Academia thing.
You know your fandom, right?
You know your fandom. What do you think of your ship?
Jose, real side tangent here. So Sherman showed me this fucking cringe audio, and I did not want to listen to it. And
I had to know you had.
It's, fair enough, I fucking guess, man. It was bad, dude. Like,
what was wrong with it?
Some fucking like
you know your fandom, right?
Like it sounded like a Fujoshi who was just like, "Hey, you know your fandom, right?"
So what do you think about your ship with Eri, the child, the literal child from My Hero with Deku? And it's like, please stop, get that lady out of the convention.
And that's what I couldn't believe either is when you told me what character it was. It's just like,
it's literally a child.
Like, lady, what are you talking?
It's not like, oh, hey, with the one with the horn. Yeah, it's not like, hey, these are middle schoolers, but they look like high school. No, literal child. Like probably just came out of diapers. All right, maybe a little bit older.
That's disgusting.
What do you think of this ship?
Yeah, what do you think of this ship?
It's so bad, dude.
I know she paid money, but man, kick her out.
Yeah, no,
like that's inappropriate.
Yeah, give her a penalty.
So I think this is. I don't know if he's trying to throw shade at D&D. The 2 guys, Debbie.
The 2 that made the show.
Yeah, just D&D. I can't remember their full names either.
Yeah, fuck those guys. So I don't know if he's throwing shade at those guys, but apparently House of the Dragon is coming out better than he liked it, is what he's been saying. But he also says that the adaptations are worse than they like it says it right here. They never make it better though. 999.
A lot of times they make it worse.
Yep.
Yeah. So
okay, The Witcher is also apparently one of the properties that's been scrutinized like a lot, and you even saw like the head writer and Henry Cavill just drop out because they're just not following the book.
I'm pretty sure Henry Cavill was because he had problems with the director, wasn't it?
Well, he had problems with
because he wanted to be more accurate, and they were like, "Nah, just do it this way, though."
See,
yeah, he had to like fight them on it, like get things a certain way. Which I have mad respect for him for like caring.
Oh, that dude loves the things that he like. You should hear him talk about fucking Warhammer. That man is all the way in.
Dude, I lost it when I found out he was like into Warhammer and like.
Oh, dude,
he has a favorite army and stuff too.
Well, what was it? What was that story he tells about the Superman call? He got the role of Superman.
He was playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, he was playing WoW.
He almost missed the call because he was raiding in WoW.
Yeah,
hell yeah, brother.
Which I can respect.
Got to put in that time,
dude. The boss is almost dead. You can't be getting up for a phone call.
Okay, so
there you go.
In your guys' opinion, then adaptations.
Okay, the problem I have with George R.R. Martin is it's
he
very.
Hasn't finished those 2 books.
No, not that. I don't care. The problem I have is he's the one making this statement, but he's the one like that should be the one making sure it's good.
The quality control.
Like the honest to God truth is look at the One Piece live adaptation compared to the Cowboy Bebop one. Cowboy Bebop directors or manga writers writer, as far as I'm aware, unless that was anime original, it might have been, wasn't attached to that property. Oda like fucking oversaw everything.
Oh yeah, that was one of the big things that like came out when it was still in production. Everything.
Oh
was like,
yeah,
that man was in there. He was writing fucking sleeping 4 hours a day, writing a chapter a week. It's still like, nah, make sure the One Piece live action adaptation is good.
Please make
Don't
it good.
ruin my legacy here. I think the fact that George R.R. Martin is saying this is ironic because he's the one that should be on that quality control, making sure it is good. Or is like, what happened when they got ahead of the books? Was he just like, do your own thing?
He gave him cliff notes.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
And essentially what it came down to, I don't know if you can attest to this, Salem, is like essentially plot points that should have taken maybe one of those books, A Wind's a Winner and A Song of Spring. Those are two books he has yet to finish. Apparently they're all like combined together. It's all like he's written a total over like 4,000 pages. He's just trying to whittle it down at this point. That's like one of the reasons why he hasn't finished, why they're not published. Anyways, they've been trying to say like, yeah, I just gave him cliff notes. Now in those two final seasons of season 7 and 8, did you feel that was 2 books worth of especially season 8, was that 2 books worth of story to you?
No, and I sure to God hope that it wasn't, because man, okay, so like for me, I know everyone has their point in the show where they're like, okay, it just stopped being good, it started falling off or whatever. People were talking about this a lot.
The Starbucks cup got seen on set and everyone knew it was over.
Right. And I think there was like another gotcha one too about like a water bottle or something.
Yeah, water bottle.
Which it was so funny to like hear about that shit. But like everyone has their own like point in the story where they felt like it started to feel odd. You know what I mean? Like some people will say, okay, so, you know, season 4 was like the last good season, the season that they like. Me personally, I was fine with the show up till season 6. Season 7, I was watching, so when I started watching the show, I was watching it back to back, binge watching it up till season 6. And then 7 and 8, I was watching like week to week. I was super into it.
You were disappointed though?
Oh yeah, dude. When I was watching season 7, something fell off. It's almost like they were rushing shit. Like characters were like teleporting.
Do you want my hot take?
Yeah, sure.
I think George R.R. Martin fell off very hard and is just trying to prolong how long it's taking him to get these last 2 out.
Actually, I've read some of his stuff. It's really, really good. The problem is that he's now known for the show.
Do you feel like he's taking his sweet ass time? Or I feel like this man just is in news stories and doing interviews instead of finishing 2 goddamn books that should have been out by now.
You have a point. However, he has always stated that he tried to get into movie early in his career, didn't get anywhere. That's why he went and wrote books. Then everybody came knocking him like, hey, we want to adapt this. But they wanted to cut stuff out. Like I think one thing, this may be wrong, but they were trying to say like, oh, we don't want to, we want Jon and Daenerys to meet up like right away.
Want Aaron and Mikasa to kiss. Make them kiss. Make them kiss.
I know you don't know anything about Game of Thrones, Sherm, but they're on completely different continents on the other side of the globe.
They are.
I've always heard this about Game of Thrones, especially near the end, where characters are just appearing in what should have taken them months to travel.
So that's season 7. And 8.
See, that's what I was talking about too. Because like literally in season 7, as I'm watching the show, I'm just like, you know, it's really weird that like news is getting around as quick as it is, and these characters are traveling these vast distances. Like in previous seasons, like you in a way felt the time go by as like, you know, they're going on a ship or, you know, they're traveling like up north or something. Yeah. But in 7, it felt like they were just like rushing the shit to get done. And then 8 was a joke.
Yeah.
8 was so damn bad, dude.
It was pretty bad.
Okay.
So
this man doesn't think adaptations are good. I think he's a hack fraud. I will say that right now.
All right.
Because if these books come out,
they better be 10 out of 10s.
They better be fucking diamond perfect, man. Because fuck, I'm not even a fan, and like you fuckers have been waiting so goddamn long,
dude. The first book came out when I was born, so like
right, exactly. Like
Jesus,
wait, that's when the first book came out.
Yeah.
Christ.
Pretty sure. Yeah, dude, this book is older than I am.
Good God. Yeah, it's older than me. Like,
and then I'm pretty sure the next book. Yeah,
2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 11 years. Just saying, man, sounds like a hack fraud.
Oh no. A Storm of Swords 2000, A Feast for Crows 2005, and then a Dance
5
with
years,
Dragons.
then 6 years.
See, that seems reasonable, but now it's just like unreasonable.
But
also 2011, that's when they were piloting the show.
I don't mean to go too deep in the weed here, but like if Oda came out and said this, I'd be like, yeah, that man knows. This man, I don't know, Chief. All I hear is him bitching after like the shit show that was last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, and of course you say that you're controlling where the show goes after. like he got literally the future peak at one of the realities, and he's like, I can do better than that. It's like, yeah, of course you can. You saw how that went down. You just write it better than that. Only got to be like 5% better, man. Come on.
I love the idea that like he saw where the show was going, looks at his notes, starts scribbling things out.
He literally might have been like, I told them this, but nah, I ain't doing that.
Oh, they didn't like that.
Starbucks coffee cup. I was really rooting for that one.
I would have put it in a Dunkin' cup if it was me.
Okay, let's move on to Disney, our hated overlords. Moana 2. I haven't watched the first Moana. Would you guys be down to watch this at some point?
Yes, it's a fantastic
The first
movie.
Moana? Yeah, of course.
Okay,
as long as you can stand a singing Disney song.
That's fine. I love a good.
Go ahead.
What can I say? Except you're welcome.
Okay. Have you guys seen this trailer? If you guys have, I can move
I knew you were gonna fucking bring up the crab song.
I'll do the crab song.
I knew you would love it. I should have known. Is that your favorite character from Moana? Is it the crab?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, that checks out. Yeah, we can watch this. I haven't watched this yet.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were making a second.
Yeah, I'm big mad that this is happening, by the way.
And by the way, just some backstory to this. This was supposed to be a Disney Plus show, and then whoever made the decision told them to stitch it together, make it a movie. So
it's gonna be garbage.
Just so you guys know.
Is this the same lady that played Moana?
Yes, Dwayne Johnson and the same lady who played Moana.
No, I know.
Okay.
I know Dwayne.
I'll
hit him with the rock bottom.
I'll play the trailer here.
Yo, if he hit that lava monster with the rock bottom, fucking crowd would have popped. That's all I'm saying.
Live reaction. Let's go.
All right. No, there you go. Oh, God, that's got Maui scribed on that sword thing.
Okay.
Does this look any better to you guys?
Like, about the same.
Yeah, it looks about the same.
About the same. Water looks good. I think the water looked good in the first one, though.
I remember I was talking to my brother about this, and I was trying to tell him, I was like, people think this, I was like, isn't this like a Hawaii joint? Kind of like Coco is like
this is one of them Hawaii joints.
Apparently, he said this is not a Hawaii joint. This is, according to him, the Maui people from New Zealand. Or that's probably wrong, but he said that it's nowhere near Hawaii. It's this culture is taking inspiration from New Zealand.
Really?
New Zealand.
They made it look an awful lot like Hawaii, though. I mean, they even look Samoan.
I think that's why a lot of people got confused.
They might be like similar bloodlines. I feel nothing watching this trailer. I'm gonna be honest with you.
This did nothing for you guys.
There's really not too much to work with here.
Oh, it's Maui.
Dude, that shark turned into an eagle and then into Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah, he does that. And his hook lets him transform into different animals.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that voice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that.
No, I'd rather watch this one.
Did you guys know they're making another Roadhouse?
Yeah, they made it in
also,
bad, apparently.
Why would they make a Roadhouse? All right, moving on.
Okay, so we'll watch the first Moana and then completely ignore that the second one is coming out.
Yeah, I feel like it's that idea. I feel like it's a Frozen 2 situation where I have watched Frozen. I love Frozen's a great movie.
What about Frozen 2?
No.
Okay, so this might be because my finger's off the pulse of like Disney
Were you a Frozen 2 fan?
Oh no, I was gonna say I wasn't aware there was a second one. I just was like, oh yeah, Frozen, and then
well, you didn't know they made that Olaf stuff either.
Me and Mid, we went to go watch the second Frozen movie, and we took my sister and her niece.
Hey, Salem, you can take solace in the fact that in Kingdom Hearts 4, Dwayne the Rock Johnson's making an appearance probably.
Oh boy, I'm not going to open the Kingdom Hearts.
And then he's going to have a sick wooden keyblade.
Okay.
It's going to allow him to transform into animals. It's going to be awesome.
I will freak out a little bit if I do see that.
Someone at Disney is writing this down right now. He's like, wooden keyblade turns into animals.
Perfect.
Okay, so the next one is that this movie from 2018, this animated Batman Ninja movie, got a sequel.
Yo, this is the movie I borrowed from a friend and never gave back to him years later.
And you never watched it either.
I never watched it. It's just sitting on my cupboard.
Okay, so I watched this. I didn't really like this movie. I didn't like. I get it. Batman being a ninja in ancient Japan, the Joker and all the villains have taken. So you know during the warring periods of Japan, it's basically
the Sengoku period.
Yeah, it's basically the Joker, Two-Face, for some reason Gorilla Grodd or whatever other sentient ape. Anyways, it was a really weird.
Is Brainiac in it?
No, that's Superman.
Is Aquaman in it?
No, that's Aquaman.
Oh,
is Kraven in it?
That's wrong, guys.
That's incorrect. Sit back down.
You're done.
Lower your hand.
So, but yeah, like apparently this is getting a sequel announcement, and DC made a bunch of announcements when they were talking about Suicide Squad Isekai, which
I've have a hot take I'd like to bring up here.
Yes.
Stop romanticizing the idea of Japan with Western titles. It's getting really old.
Well, like what? Give me an example.
You just said you didn't like this.
What? Batman Ninja?
Yeah, Ninja Batman.
Ninja Batman?
What are the reasons you didn't like this particular film?
It was just weird. It was, and like, okay.
You're telling me that putting heroes and villains in a Japanese warring period is weird.
See, I thought the concept was pretty cool. Like, they went to the warring states, the Japan got split up by the 5
prefectures.
Yeah, the 5 prefectures got split up by the 5 villains or whatever. But then it just became a goofy nonsense to me. I didn't take it seriously. I'm not a particular fan of this art style, but it has been used very well in other like media. So
is this like cel shaded a little bit?
Yeah, okay. It's that cel shaded. But it
looks very arcade.
It looked
a little
spectacular.
Bit.
I would say this: the only thing it had going for it is that it was very spectacular and the choreography was pretty good. But besides that, I did not get into the story. I could not get into this as a Batman story. I could not get into this as an anime.
That's my point exactly. Is like Western properties need to stop romanticizing Japan.
No, but I'm pretty okay. So let me see. I have them
this is the exact same argument I would have with that Assassin's Creed game that's coming out. It's like if they center it in they are in like the Japanese society and the assassin stuff is barely there, I'm more okay with it. But man, they could go a real bad way with it where it's just like, I don't know, he's fucking master samurai and master assassin. It's like, I don't need that. Please don't do that.
Okay, but what I was gonna bring up is this was directed and like spearheaded by Japanese animators and anime producers. So,
right,
like,
but who wrote it first off?
Storyboard, director story.
Was this just like an original story that they were like, yeah, let's make an anime? Didn't you tell me there was
screenplay by this guy? What's his name?
Oh fuck, he's on that fucking Kill la Kill shit. Well, I mean, can't all be bangers.
No, they cannot.
They cannot. No.
So,
but yeah, like essentially that's what it was. Like it wasn't a great story. I did not have fun with it. I think I went into it expecting a Batman story. Like I was expecting a Long Halloween. I was expecting a Batman Year One, The Dark Knight Returns, and instead of what I got was little goofy bullshit that is pretty synonymous with Japan anime. So I think that's what like clashed with me.
I'd like to have a little sidebar here.
Yeah.
Which of the Batman stories, you could throw Superman, any of the DC stuff in here, that has not been Western anime, like made by Western studios, would you like to be made by a Japanese?
Like, for example...
Like, I don't know. I always hear people talk about the Court of Owls. Has the Court of Owls been animated?
That's literally the one I was thinking of,
yeah.
The Court of Owls.
The Court of Owls was animated into a pretty subpar DC universe.
Right, so...
like Death of the Family, I think is one.
Yeah, that's another... So those are all stories by a guy named...
The Batman That Laughs get animated?
No.
Okay,
so that
would you be interested in a Batman who laughs but done by a Japanese studio?
That's a hard one because I feel like if you had Warner Bros. Animation do it, they'd either have to take up the Greg Capullo art style, but if they decided not to go with the Greg Capullo art style and they decided to go with like a Japanese animator, like a Japanese art style, then I feel like it wouldn't translate. I think they would have to stick to that art style.
Do you think there's
Let me give you a reference.
Do you think there's a DC story that could translate well to the art style of a Japanese studio?
Any other art style, any other, because I think Greg Capullo is very prolific for drawing Spawn after what's the guy's name?
Todd
McFarlane.
Oh, Todd McFarlane. Don't know where my head.
Greg Capullo is very famous for drawing Spawn after Todd McFarlane kind of put the pen down. I don't know if he picked it up afterwards, but he's one of the long running ones. And the Batman run, because Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo were handpicked by the head of DC to like make the new Batman run. And for the first few issues, it was one of the highest selling like DC comic books, even surpassing the Jim Lee, who was the president of DC at that time, who picked up the pen again. By the way, one of my favorite artists. It was kind of neck and neck with the Justice League and the Batman comics. So let me give you a Greg Capullo art. So
I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Are Seth MacFarlane and Todd McFarlane related?
No, I don't think they are.
All right, fair enough.
So there's a little bit of simplicity to some of Greg Capullo's art.
This is good art.
Yeah.
Solid.
I want that. Make that into an anime.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying. If they did turn it into an anime, I want.
Do you think it would lose too much?
That's the problem I'm getting. Is I feel like for the anime it would lose too much. For as much as like it seems so minimal, but it's so detailed.
I think the only studio that could handle something like this, looking at these still frames, would be like a Mappa, maybe. Mappa's been really good about like the horror in some of their stuff recently. Like just the way they draw things, I think has been done really well.
So
yeah, all these examples you're showing us look like really crisp.
Right. So it's like a and by the way, like Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder were the guys that introduced
Scott Steiner makes Steiner. That's the infamous Scott Steiner map promo, which I'll show you if you
like.
I feel like Mappa could do that.
Yeah, you think I feel like there would be a couple studios, but you definitely wouldn't want to give it to A1 or Cloverworks.
No,
you don't want A1 touching this. Is that what I'm hearing?
Or
I would give it to Trigger, but it's not. It doesn't seem like Trigger's kind of thing.
No, or especially Imashi, which we talked about last week. This definitely wouldn't work with his art style either. I don't think. That's
I think Mappa could knock that out. Absolutely.
Death of the Family.
That's really good.
Yeah,
and just as a small detail, Death of the Family has Joker with like his.
Yeah, he cut off his own face and then he put it on as a mask.
Because dude, I saw like I don't know if it was promotional art, but it was so striking, and I was just like, what is going on?
It's very wild. It was a very good run. Quite a few tie-ins though for my liking, but a very good run. So yeah, the original Batman Court of Owls run, the Death in the Family run, and then the Batman Who Laughs run, and then the Batman Last Night on Earth. I think those were all wonderfully done by Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder. But this, I would, if these guys were to be like, hey, we're taking up Batman Who Laughs, I would immediately be like, oh shit, I'm done. I don't want to watch that. I'm not gonna watch it.
It's over before it even began.
So you're saying it's a possibility, just not.
Correct. But yeah, like if I get bored one day and there's nothing for me to do and I just don't want to commit to like an anime for 12 episodes, I might watch this Batman. What is it called? Batman versus Yakuza League. Maybe, but I'm not gonna go into it. And you guys have seen my Batman collection comics. I have too much Batman back there.
Too much.
But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get to this. It's like anime and Batman. You'd think that'd be a home run for me, but I'm so critical of just stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I talk about, where it's the Western like pieces of media getting like shoved into Japan, and it's like, you don't have to do that. Just because you had it made by an anime studio doesn't mean it's automatically good.
Baker, do you remember that day I put on like the Dark Knight Returns animated movie part 1? Like
I think so, yeah, actually.
Like it's not very detailed, it's not very animated heavy, but it was good for what it was.
It seemed fine. Like I had no real issues with it.
It's a decent 6, maybe a 7 if you're feeling good, but yeah, I just wanted to bring this up. So Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League, I'd have to be pretty desperate. Just like I said last week with Assassin's Creed Japan, I'll wait for it on sale. This, I'll wait if I have nothing else better.
Hey man, just put it on and start doing the dishes. That's all you gotta do.
That's what I'll do.
All right, pick a news story though. Yeah, perfect.
All
okay,
right,
I'm gonna look for that JJK.
So apparently the best-selling manga for 2024. Do you see what's at number 1?
One Piece. One Piece is real.
I'm pretty. What is that? Number 4?
Yeah.
So One Piece is at number 4 with 2 million copies. So a little over 2 million copies. Jujutsu Kaisen with.
Why are these fuckers still buying My Hero Academia? Dropped off, man.
Hey man, look.
I can say he ended it finally.
Wait, it is over?
Yeah, it's over.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're finally out.
All right.
We took like 400 fucking chapters.
It's done.
And just to be clear to the listeners, I'm not a fan of My Hero.
I am not a fan of My Hero.
Why not? What made you fall off?
Well, you know what? What a better question is, Sherm, what do you like about My Hero?
Nothing anymore.
Damn.
Fan base ruined it. The manga ruined it.
What's your favorite ship?
Sometimes
do you like the little child shipping with your main character?
Sometimes when Sherm gives me shit, I like to just go back to the time he really defended My Hero.
No, he's right.
Oh,
he can hold that over my head.
Sherm ain't even denying it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've had bad takes, and there's animes I go, I really like that, and he's like, it's absolutely awful. Why do you keep doing this to yourself? And I'll just be like, okay, well, My Hero.
The first part is strong.
Sure. I mean, granted,
everybody goes in.
Like, I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons, and I thought it was fine, but I just fell off of it.
I have started buying
new chapters not out.
You know what's really funny?
What?
How is Mashal like? I don't know, what is this, number 10 or 9?
9 looks like.
I don't understand how Mashal is at number 9 when that manga has been over I think for a good year now.
I think you look at.
Is it the anime?
I think you look at the shows that are out. Now the only one I don't know is Kingdom, so I can't say.
Right.
But maybe it being the only comedy on this list, maybe that's why it's so strong. And from what you told me, it's well written.
I really like it. I've been okay.
I want to watch the anime. I'm going to get to it at some point.
Okay. I really enjoyed the manga. Like I went from 0 to 100 on that fucking manga. Like I started it and caught up in like a week. But I've been having a really hard time getting through the anime, and I think this is because of what I said earlier about Kaiju and Loser Ranger.
Yeah, Loser Ranger.
I don't think I'm benefiting from having read it. So I think it's more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm benefiting getting from already knowing what's going to happen and having read it.
Well, this also kind of, at least with my experience recently, is when we were watching Chain Soldier last season, and it's just like, because you and I, Jose, we knew what was going on. You want
to get to the good stuff. You want to get where you're at in the manga, but you gotta wait for the baby steps.
Like the problem is that like plenty of cool shit happens in Chain Soldier. But the problem is,
and we're not even talking about like the gifts, the rewards. We're not even talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, the blue-haired girl's mom has yet to be introduced. She's the best character.
Yes,
you heard it here first.
She's pretty up there.
No, like I had this when I was reading ahead on One Piece, where I was like, I don't know, 20, 30 chapters ahead of where the anime was, and imagine it with One Piece's pacing, where it's literally a chapter, a fucking episode. So you're like, all right, well, I only got fucking 6 months until thing happens. I can't wait to see it. All right, I saw it. They animated it well, but man, this took forever to get here. I totally get where you're both coming from on this.
Yeah,
like where you're like, I love this show, but I don't feel the benefit of watching it being animated, except for maybe those cool moments, like the big fights or the thing that you like getting animated.
Yeah, and it's like the anime itself too just somehow felt kind of slow.
Maybe that's why we both fell off of Tokyo Revengers. Yeah, because we just read it and we were like, nah, I ain't waiting.
Oh, so in that case, y'all didn't actually like watch the show all the way?
No, we didn't, because that was our favorite arc coming up, was the Christmas arc,
and then we never watched it.
Watched it.
Like, well, I already read it. Fuck it.
To be fair, that also got sent to Hulu jail. Yeah. So, but even still, like as far ahead in the manga as I got, I was dropped off fucking Tokyo Revengers.
Now,
fair enough. If they make more Chain Soldier, I honestly don't think I'd want to watch it. To be honest,
I think that speaks to the quality of the adaptation as well. But
here's another thing too. Like if you see what's below Jujutsu Kaisen, just by I think 300,000 in sales, it's free, and below that free rent, and then below that the Apothecary Diaries.
So that's what surprises me is Apothecary Diaries.
This just goes to show that like the biggest selling.
Is this one of them trash isekais you watch?
No.
Oh yeah, it's not like that.
Okay.
People have been trying to make some people online have been trying to make the argument that Frieren is about as good as Full Metal, but some people have to be like, look, you're kind of coping right now. I love the show, but you're kind of going too far. You need to take a step back.
This happens every like popular anime of the season. It goes to number one on Mal, and everyone's like, Full Metal's finally been dethroned. This is the new
Full Metal,
and it's like it happened with Oshi no Ko. It happened with Attack on Titan.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it happened with Frieren. I think I remember that. And it's they'll drop down a little bit.
I was blown away when Oshi no Ko like took over Full Metal and people were like singing its praises and everything. It's like, Jesus Christ, that good, huh?
Maybe that's the barometer here. We have to look at the show and go, this got to number one on Mal's. Got to be something here. Except for Attack on Titan, you can't convince me otherwise. Go fuck yourself.
But I did start the Apothecary Diaries, and I was really enjoying it. But I think what ended up happening was that I got busy, started watching other stuff to start this podcast, and then I just never went back. I need to finish it though.
You noticed One Piece always on top, boy.
One Piece is always in the top 10.
What a shocker.
I mean, over
I ain't see no Boruto. I ain't see no 1,000-Year Blood War. Put them in the dirt.
And they don't have like any like what do you call them, like honorable mentions. So yeah, like this is just like the top.
I imagine like Demon Slayer's probably still in the top 20, even though that thing's been like he's finished that story. Like
that's pretty wild that Demon Slayer's not on here, even though that shit is like still so popular. Like there's this guy at work who was talking to me and he was just like telling me, oh, by the way, tangent. You know how Eminem dropped his new single?
The Houdini, yes.
Yeah.
Slim Shady is back, Salem.
Cool.
He was telling
dyed his hair and everything.
So there's the bar. There's the bar that Eminem. There's that bar.
Oh,
Eminem
Blonde,
says,
like when he was originally Slim Shady.
Oh, okay.
There's that bar. Hold on, I want to.
The bars. Every time I hear someone say bar, I just think of like a fucking like a Minnesotan housewife that's like, I brought bars. I brought bars to pop.
That's the most specific thing in the universe.
You are getting my ADHD brain at 100%. I hope you're ready.
We're locked in.
Dude, you see this part where he fucking shit talks his kids?
Yeah.
He's just like, man, my kids are fucking assholes.
Okay, so he was like, he started the song and then he really waited all the way until this bar over here to tell me like, if I was to ask Megan Thee Stallion if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? Now, you guys know anything about Megan getting shot?
No. Did she get shot in the foot?
She got shot in the foot.
Oh my God, bars.
Wait, she got shot in the foot?
It is the most surface level bar. Like you try to decipher a Kendrick Lamar bar, it's gonna have like 4 double entendres. So the fact that this is just like surface level, and he was like, get it? Because like Megan got shot in the foot, and he's asking for. Are you
shit talking Eminem right now?
No.
I was gonna say this man's got fucking double entendres all over.
No. know,
stuff.
but he like started the song, made me watch it from the beginning up until this point. Then he stopped the song, and I was like, wait.
I listened to it. It's not. I don't like Slim Shady Eminem. I like Eminem.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I haven't been listening to M for a good minute, so like the fact, yeah, I was just kind of like,
I mean,
thanks.
He can throw down. He's got some diss tracks.
No, I was just like,
remember that diss track so hard that MGK switched fucking genres.
I'm not a music man. I couldn't tell you.
MGK is an awful artist, I guess.
By the way, when the song that blew MGK up was featuring Waka Flocka Flame, and Waka Flocka Flame in that song,
I gotta send too deep. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is it. Before we move on from rap, and we'll move on from top 10 manga of this year. Waka Flocka once said, this pertains to anime.
Okay.
He had a bar that said, "Bitch, I'm gonna kick you in the Dragon Balls." That's it. Let's move on.
Boo. Okay.
Oh, I sent a bunch of those to Sherm once. He hung up on me. He didn't want to talk to me after that.
I can't imagine why.
Man was reading Dragon Ball lyrics to me over the phone, and I was like, "Stop!" And he's like, "Next lyric," and I'm like, "Stop!" And he's like, "Next lyric," and I hung up.
Jose, that is cruel, dude. That is cruel.
I was literally like, "Jose, I'm not enjoying this. Please stop." And he's like, "Next lyric."
No, okay. Listen though.
So Sherm, you put this one on here. Is this Cute Girls a golfing again?
So I wanted to make the joke that Birdie Wing was hot girls doing golfing. This one is, hey, what if we did that but cute girls? And it looks like they're actually playing golf. Whereas Birdie Wing was like, hey, I'm in an underground Yakuza club.
Yes.
What?
Like I'm in debt.
Dude, they had a fucking like multiple train cars like set up with terrain on top, and they could like manipulate like the field to whatever they were feeling. It's insane.
Are you saying this is just like some dumb anime bullshit where they're like playing golf and there's like, oh my god. So okay, so this is just really more grounded golf.
This is like, hey, we're on a tour. Let's play. I didn't actually watch this. I saw it and I was like, I wanted to make the joke of this is cute girls instead of hot girls playing golf.
Oh, these are the guys who are doing Go Go Loser Ranger.
Oh, same guys.
The dryer has finished.
Your stuff. You did stuff.
Can't wait to get it
It's
out.
really funny that you said these guys are connected with Loser Ranger, given we had to wait a week to get an episode because of fucking golf.
Also,
coverage.
It's all connected.
If you play that back a little bit, she has like a case that's holding a single club. Where are my golf bags at? Come on, man. unless that's a Japanese thing, it might be.
What's your handicap? I got a case for my single golf
we could skip over this. If you like golf, watch this, I guess.
What is it called?
Sayori? I mean, these are
Sora-Iro.
I like these designs.
Salem, do Japanese.
Wait, so what are you asking for?
What is
this. Sora-Iro
Utility.
Official trailer English sub. Okay.
Yo, let it play with the voices. I got English sub. I'm stupid. Never mind, continue. Okay. No, I thought it was dub. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, now this was another one by you, Sherm, I think. So this is gonna be detrimental to me. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
So the Japanese government has come together to try and thwart the scans of mangas that are uploaded online. I believe one of the major scanlators got caught by the Japanese government.
Like who? Like what do you mean?
He was a major name in the community. He was on Twitter. He had a big Twitter. He got caught. Thing is, this won't stop anything. They've tried this before. They'll try it again. They'll try it in fucking 100 years. We'll still be getting free versions of all of our anime. So nothing to worry about. It's just funny that the Japanese
prohibition worked out pretty well.
Yeah,
right?
The Japanese government is really trying, but it's not going to make a difference.
Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way.
I mean, you just have you could put a trip together where you fly over to Japan, fucking buy manga. You could just send a dude.
Yo, am I gay test? I wonder.
No.
Out of nowhere.
No.
Dude, I don't know if you remember.
How holy are we?
How holy are we? We took that test. Never gave us a result.
Never got a result.
It just took your information and didn't give you anything.
What was another one? Is like how bad are you? And it's like you're a very bad kid or something like that. And it's like you like to skateboard and rip your jeans
which
up.
anime character are you?
You're a rebel.
If I don't get Gojo, I'm so mad.
Okay, so it looks like the latest.
By the way, I seen the leaks. We're not mad yet. I have to see where that goes.
For JJK?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the bad thing that we talked about last week where that character comes back. It's different.
Okay. So I think so it says right here the latest measure will be included in the government's intellectual property strategy to be compiled in early June. The move comes as authors such as popular manga series as One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen have faced huge estimated losses from pirated
Which
copies.
is funny because Gege is not happy with the Japanese government because they said if you're a mangaka, you have to give us your full name. Or like you have to reveal where you live. Like they have to have all that on the books.
Yeah.
And Gege is like, they'll come after me. They were big mad when I did the thing.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, he's literally literally trying to end, I mean, speculation, but he's trying to get the manga done so that way, before this takes effect,
you can just get out of there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, here's the ending of the story.
Man flies to fucking China because he's like,
No, he flies to Taiwan.
Yeah, Japanese government ain't holding me down.
But it's like, who can really blame the guy either, though, right? Like,
no,
with,
I
with,
get
like,
it
and stuff. It's like, of course he doesn't want to.
No, he feels for his safety, and like I can't blame him for that. But
I mean, have you met the My Hero community?
I've gotten a taste over time.
You kind of know your community, right? What do you think about your ship with the small child?
Anyways, so yeah.
Props to the voice actor. He was like, I'm not going to answer that question, and this makes me very uncomfortable.
Very professional.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I know that I read certain... My problem is that not everything can be localized. Not everything can be licensed because it costs money. So if there's a bunch of manga that I have been reading, especially stuff that gets picked up by a publishing house in Japan. Once it gets picked up by a publishing house, it now becomes that publishing house's intellectual property. I don't really know how it works over there because Gushing Over Magical Girls was originally being published under one company, and then that company went defunct and it went to a different company. So I don't know if the author kept her book, but I know that that's how I was reading it at first, and I'm pretty sure there's no.
It should just be rights to distribute. It shouldn't be intellectual property overall.
But the thing is like Gushing Over Magical Girls is a manga that you can't even get physically in the United States or in the West.
I wonder why.
But it is physical in France.
Wait, sure. France has a physical copy of
France has a physical copy.
I'm guessing their laws are different because there's probably a lot of nudity in Gushing Over Magical Girls.
But see, the thing that doesn't make sense to me, I read a news article. I didn't put it in here because I didn't think it was worth it, but it was basically saying like new manga to be released. And it was like the headline was something about Vagabond, but they were also talking about like digital manga that are coming. And one of them, like one digital manga that I'm absolutely upset is not physical because I love the cover so much, is Witch Watch. I'm not going to go into what that is, but the covers are just absolutely gorgeous and amazing, but it's digital only.
Yeah, this is like the Tokyo Revengers covers too.
Yeah,
like
because they're 2-in-1.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
They weren't going to print them in English because of
the manji symbol.
Dude, I remember when we
dumb Americans can't figure.
Oh no, it's impossible. We don't have.
That's a Nazi.
You turn that slightly, I'm offended. Mm-hmm. If you turn the manji,
not if you're a Republican.
If you turn it slightly, I'm offended.
Well, of course. But no, it's ignorance.
Yeah, it might pop off in the right wing community, honestly.
No, but yeah, like
Donald Trump picks it up. He's like, I don't really like this Takamichi character,
but I like the Baji one.
But I do remember we were at Barnes and Noble, I believe, and we were looking at I think it was Tokyo Revengers, and they did just like combine 2 into 1, and they only had like the one cover.
They did the same thing with Alice in Borderland. Now those covers are I think those covers are okay. I don't think they're like Tokyo Revengers cool or Witch Watch cool, but
they're still like stylish or something.
Yeah.
Hey, at least they made you fall off Tokyo Revengers hard enough to where you don't.
But yeah, like this one. Okay, I understand, but not everything is gonna get translated. And then there's like also Twitter mangas, 4-page mangas and stuff like that. We're just like gonna get rid of that. Like you get rid of those websites, you're getting rid of those mangas too. And
so a good way to think about this is Nintendo did this a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago with ROM sites, where they were like, take all it down. You don't own any of these ROMs. We're suing you. Pay us. Guess what? Today you can still find ROM.
That's true.
Like the Japanese government cannot control the internet just like anyone else can.
Right. And if you tell them like to take this shit down or that you're not allowed,
I mean,
like,
if it's a big enough website, anyway. I could maybe see them getting. It depends where the website's based. Because if they're not based in Japan, fucking Japan laws don't apply when you're in fucking the United States or vice versa. So, yeah, I mean, the Japan can try and crack down on copyright. It's not going to happen. The internet is the internet. It will always find a way.
We'll get what we want.
Like, did you hear about the Spotify thing with the CarPlay?
Yeah.
They sold like a $30 device where you could hook it up to your phone and then have it in your car so you could control Spotify.
Yeah, and it's dead. Like they discontinued the service.
Like they were giving these out they were giving these out for free, and then after a little while you had to pay for it. But it was still like a nice like $30. Hey, I can control my Spotify easier than like trying to do it on my phone while I'm driving.
Right.
And they just announced like either this week or last week that they're just discontinuing it. Funny thing, supposedly it runs on Linux. They already figured out how to keep it working. Like someone out there was like, fuck Spotify, I'm gonna make it work.
I like this product.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep this alive. Yeah, if there's a will, there's a way.
The internet will find a way. You don't gotta work. You'll always have your pirated manga from somewhere.
So, but I feel pretty conflicted. On the one hand, I want these authors to thrive and get their money. On the other hand, how am I supposed to read some of this stuff I would never find out about? Because it's not just Japanese manga. It's Korean manhwas and Chinese translated manhwas, whatever you call it.
Oh, yeah, there's a manhwa or two that I was reading some time time ago, and it's like there is no way for me to legitimately read this shit.
Okay,
like,
here's the thing. Like, China recently discontinued their American service of Bilibili,
yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I was reading a manhwa, whatever, Chinese comic.
It was a Bilibili.
Yeah, Bilibili had like the little TV screen with the little. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They recently discontinued their comic app in the United States, and there was one comic I was reading there religiously called "The Saintess Has a Showdown," and it's almost like a magical girl one where I don't see any men in sight.
You mean
and it's
you mean gushing?
Yeah, gushing
they
over
don't exist.
Yeah, gushing over magical girls. It's kind of like that because there's like no men in sight, and it's just a bunch of like women who have powers. Sometimes they have like
how many mana transfers?
No mana transfers,
what the fuck,
but
Richard?
it's like a bunch of women and they just come together and they fight. The Saintess is like at first she's bluffing because she's not actually that strong, but it turns out she just had to cheat. Now she's always alluded to being a reincarnation, but she's never flat out said that she is.
Sure.
Besides that point, it was a really fun ride because it's a very martial arts heavy and then magic heavy, and then like service discontinued. I have nowhere to read it now. I've tried looking it up, but there's like a website that hosting it, but it's just like HTML translated, and I was like, looks fuck awful. I don't want to read like this. So it's just sad, like when you don't have access to something and you really want to enjoy that. That's why this pirating stuff exists.
Someone will make an app.
I hope so. Moving on, we talked about Trigger last week. Trigger made this announcement on the 28th. They want to make a Planet of the Apes anime. What do you guys think? Would you watch that?
That might be
no.
You guys don't think so?
The problem is, right, is like, I'm sure it'll look fine, but the problem is that I have no interest in this property, so...
You don't like Planet of the Apes?
I have no affection for it.
I have to get you guys to watch the new trilogy at least.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day. If you set me down to watch it, I'll watch it, but like, I just have no love for it. So if I hear something like this, it's just like, well...
Ape, strong together.
Only if we're moving PNGs.
Maybe.
Okay.
The monkeys will all be PNG.
They have too many people on set. It's like that article we talked about where Trigger was like, we make another Kill la Kill. Like that was it was a miracle that thing even happened in the first place. Plus, like, you have to consider, unless they're gonna do an original story just using the IP, like, are we gonna do the Planet of the Apes story with all those characters again? Are we getting anything out of that?
Yeah. Is it adding anything?
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so like the Imashi and the director Wes Ball sat down and they were like spitballing ideas or something, but yeah, it's like basically it's just like I'd love to do an anime series. Like you can take your time and draw things. A movie is 2 hours long, so even if you cram everything into it, it's not that easy. I'd love to try it as a series. Imashi took hold of the teasing and dug into the reality of a Planet of the Apes series. Like, even though this is like just two people shooting the shit, like if this became a reality, you guys don't think you'd be into it if you don't watch the Planet of the Apes movies?
I don't think I'm gonna be into it.
Really?
Yeah.
I really like that trilogy. Honestly, we were talking about trilogies. I think that Planet of the Apes trilogy is above The Dark Knight, but it's still under Lord of the Rings.
Well, god damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Lord of the Rings glazing goes on.
Okay. I'll glaze Lord of the Rings just because it's technically a Marvel. Look, they tried to do it again, and look at the Hobbit movies. They're awful.
Yeah, let's take this fucking like 300-page chapter book and turn it into 3 movies.
For no reason.
Battle of the 5 Armies. What were the 5 armies?
No idea.
That's
I didn't watch
question,
it.
Sure.
I don't. I only count 4 every time I try. Anyway, moving on. Unless you have something else.
I think it's a nice idea, but I think this is the thing we were going back from Batman. It's like this is a Western IP to be turned into an anime, and it might work.
That's not my problem. My problem is the like inherent nature of making the Western Japanified, if you will.
Okay.
It with the Japanifying.
Do you think Planet of the Apes would get too Japanified?
So
how do you Japanify apes?
Hey, we had these monkeys in development that were smart. They escaped. Oh no, now they're loose on the island of Japan. That's the problem I have. If it's just like a retelling of the Planet of the Apes stuff, but
like
animated
in
by
Japan, or just because it's animated by a studio.
It's done by a Japanese studio. We got to have story based. Like, no, you don't have to shoehorn that in. You can just tell a story like, hey, they escaped in America. It's America done by a Japanese studio.
Right.
Maybe that's something that they negotiate when they like pick up a franchise where they're like, has to have Japan, and we're promoting Japan. Japan is big economy. We got to get these tourists. So
the third largest economy. Are they still the third largest economy?
I have no
feel like
idea.
They've fallen off. Okay, so yeah, let's move on from Planet.
I know the yen has gone to shit.
Yes, sir.
So Trigger, Planet of the Apes. If anybody's listening, email in isano.monjo@gmail.com. Just send me an email. Let me know if you'd watch that. All right, moving on. So Shonen Jump launches. So yeah, Shonen Jump launches Jump sports manga with the LA Dodgers.
I have no care for sports mangas, but Shohei Ohtani is the GOAT.
Shohei Ohtani, what did he do? Is he the slam dunk?
No, Shohei Ohtani is a baseball, pretty sure.
Oh, LA Dodgers. Oh, so he's a baseball player? I thought this was a manga artist.
that man's a fucking man. Some of the Japanese baseball players that come to the United States to play, motherfuckers can play ball. Let me tell you,
they know what they're doing.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Look at that man. Look at that Americanized Japanese
baseball pitcher. Should maybe watch
the best part is that the pitcher is like the quarterback, and the fact that he throws the ball, but also like watching a pitcher. Man, I know this sounds so boring to everyone else, but watching a pitcher throw a no hitter or a perfect game, fucking, it's good.
Oh, he was born in Ushu, Iwate, Japan. Yeah, so he's straight up born and bred Japanese baseball player. All right. Looks like
dad's a GI, his mom's a Japanese. So basically they're having an awards where he's gonna pick one.
I think so.
I feel like Kuroko's baseball probably gonna be his pick. I could be wrong.
It says this marks the first time a U.S. Major League Baseball athlete has been involved in Shonen Jump manga award. Okay.
Feels like only because he's from
Japan. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't. It'd be like, let's
have Derek Jeter pick his favorite fucking sports anime and give him an award.
He comes in, yeah, I love these cartoons. They're the best, man.
No.
Do you remember that nurse when she was like,
Which nurse?
At the Foundry? She was like, oh, what are you doing? You're reading a little coloring book?
Oh no.
I was reading Berserk.
Berserk?
Did you show her the front
of
page?
All the fucking manga, page? It was Berserk.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you interested? Oh, here you go.
Book, this man named Guts is having sex with demon lady.
Literally a few pages later, it's the scene where the wife of the guy who took the demon deal was because his wife was having sex with the like little satanic statue thing. It was so
satanic statue's got a big penis. What can she say?
It has a big penis and boobs. It's so weird. And a goat head.
Utanari?
Jose, you had the opportunity to change the course of this woman's life forever, and you didn't take it.
No, I was not going to do that.
Read Berserk. It's really good.
Okay,
so just shill Berserk.
Let's watch the trailer for this NeiR
Automata.
All right, you got my attention here.
Hey, Salem, did we ever watch NeiR Automata when it came out?
Wasn't there like a lot of issues with that first part?
The production got bogged down, and I think they said it was going to be like on indefinite hiatus, and then I think they finished it.
Like, to be frank, like as someone who deeply loves like, NeiR, especially, like I should have watched this, but I just never had.
Now, I know my brother loves NeiR, but like even he like was like, yeah, I'm not watching that.
Well, it's that problem like we were talking about earlier, where it's like you read the manga and then you watch the show and it doesn't really do much for you.
Yeah,
I mean, this is gorgeous.
It looks good, but like I played the fuck out of NeiR Automata, so like watching the show.
Lisa sings the opening logo.
Like to me, inherently, I don't know what I'd really gain because like I know everything that happens.
Do you think this is kind of like a Last of Us situation where like there's a lot of people who watch HBO but they don't watch, like they don't play video games. I remember like watching a podcast and like listening to some reviewers who are like, I'm not a gamer, but this Last of Us show really fucking good. This is based off a video game. I didn't know until I was done.
Yeah, Fallout. I think Fallout 4's numbers spiked on Steam because of the show.
Oh, I wouldn't have any doubt that's the case.
No, I don't think NeiR Automata numbers are going anywhere with an anime, but one can dream.
I mean,
maybe we'll get NeiR Automata 2 any day now. He's going to stop looking at all that 2B porn and be like, man, I should make another game. They can make me more of this.
He has a lot to clear through, Sherm.
I mean, a couple terabytes probably.
At least. No, I love Yoko Taro so much. I adore that man.
That man
is built
That
different.
man feels like the way you talk about is like how I...
No, I mean, that's fair.
Whenever that the NeiR anime comes out, should we make it part of our regularly scheduled weekly?
Well, we'd have to watch the first part.
So
I mean, we could probably do it at any point.
I mean, I could do it on my own time. I don't know if we want to make that a group thing or not. I'll happily do that.
We should probably wait till next. Got to catch up on Windbreaker.
Windbreaker. But no, I'm more than down for it though. Honestly, I mean, it has been a good handful of years since I played the game. So
you gave up your PS4. Such a shame.
It's true. I need to see my boy Adam.
That'd be a nice one too. We already kind of know what happens, so we not pay attention as much.
That's true.
Just kind of look at the pretty.
Okay, so you put this on here. I haven't seen this yet.
I knew it on here.
I actually hadn't, and when you put it on there, I was actually very surprised.
That Mr. Sakamoto.
Yeah, do you see how cool he is? He's even got his own stands in the manga, which is really funny.
Did you say stands?
Yeah,
or
like
stands?
Stands. Like people stand Sakamoto.
Oh, okay. We're talking about different things. Got it.
Yeah, no. Like
I was like, is this motherfucker gonna bust out a Star Platinum right now?
Oh no, he'll bust out a ramen cup and he'll somehow turn it into a deadly weapon.
I think if I enjoyed the main character, Mr. Sakamoto, I would be into this.
You're not digging the.
It grows on you. Sakamoto definitely grows on you because you wish he would look like the skinny version of himself a lot more. But
he was a straight badass back in his prime.
Yeah, you see this kind of like. See this glaze.
Oh, it's so good.
That's Salem's favorite character.
Yeah, those eyes are doing it for me, dog.
Oh, you see the shirt.
He got married.
That's so cute that he's like so hesitant to kiss his own wife.
Oh, I think he was having back.
No, but yeah, like do you see that? That's how the manga, dude. The manga is such a fucking wild ride. Sometimes I have to consciously not read because I want to build it up because it's so painful reading week to week because it's just so good. There's so much fighting and action in it. I love Sakamoto Days so much. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to watch this just could be one of our like Shonen Bro ones. I feel like this would probably be one where I benefit from watching it because it'll expand and it'll make the fights a lot better. Kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen. I love watching Jujutsu Kaisen because the fights look better than they do in the manga because honestly, sometimes I can't follow
Yeah, I was going to say, you can follow what happens in that manga.
Yeah, you can't follow anything. Sometimes I have to be like, wait, the line is going from here to here.
So Gojo makes his domain, right? And it's smaller than Sukuna.
Right, following you.
So he has control in that. Yeah. But then the next time they clash, Sukuna makes his smaller.
Oh, I see.
It all makes sense, all according.
Okay. So next season, NeiR. Season after that, Sakamoto. Gotcha. All right. So Sakamoto Days, it's probably one of our first, it'll be our winter anime then. All right. So moving on. Stars Shine Bright in New Oshi no Ko.
I got a second.
Yep. So,
yeah, we were talking about that the other day, yeah.
And he's like, I don't know if it'll ever get a second season. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they just announced.
Well, I mean, I figured it would eventually. I just didn't know when.
Like,
okay, are they incesting right now?
No.
Oh.
No, you have to wait.
I'm not caught up with, okay, this is one of those where like I don't want to get caught up in the manga because I don't want to know. I want to watch this because this is one where like I don't want to go read the manga because I'm enjoying the anime so much.
Okay, I'll keep my mouth shut.
That man has I know long.
I've been spoiled on some things too, but
unmute this sound right now. I got to hear this opening. We got to determine it's a banger. Somehow we have no sound, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic.
Did you mute the laptop? You did.
Yeah.
All right, play back.
We have sound.
Give me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't sound terrible, but like I'm sorry, the first opening is such a fucking banger that
it's become iconic. I feel.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Yosobi was already big before she did the Yoshinoko opening. Oshinoko.
Now, all I know about this next season is that they do a play.
All right, let's not talk because I want to watch this.
Okay, and look at this visual, fucking stunning.
Who does this? Is this a Mappa joint?
No, this is dude. Apparently, you gotta watch. You gotta do a little bit.
We can watch it on High Dive where all the translations will be perfect.
Only for $6.99.
I'm looking up Uchi.
I did read that one of the like head animators was doing like fucking 100 frames per day, and apparently like most people can do like that might be an exaggeration, but she was doing like so many frames per day when like most people cap out at like a certain amount. She was doing like quadruple that or something like that.
She was a machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently that's why it looks as good as it is because like she was spearhead. She's like, no, this can't be subpar. This needs to be.
This is a no-name studio. Dogo Koba.
Okay. Well, whatever they're doing something right.
I'm looking up whoever they're doing.
Whoever that lady is over there, she's a fucking absolute unit.
She's a machine, dude. She's an absolute unit. She's a beast. Like this is so gorgeous and beautiful. Like the original art style is already pretty good, but like this takes it to a whole nother level. Like I didn't think I would also like Oshinoko as much as I did. So hopefully it doesn't drop the ball. Hopefully it doesn't pull an Attack on Titan or a Naruto. So
when do we get to the end?
Sherm's asking the important questions here, Jose.
I have heard of none of these projects.
I'm pretty sure the Oshinoko one is just like because of that specific animator that makes it like because like she's working so hard on it.
Yeah, I have not seen anything on this list. Oshinoko, I've seen that one.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Oh, they did they're doing from this season Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. I've heard a little bit of.
Oh, okay. I think I saw that on High Dive's like new releases or something.
I thought about watching it, but I just haven't.
Yeah, so not a lot. They're up and coming as well.
Okay, so I just kind of want to bring this up. Have you guys ever played any Dragon Quest? I've always wanted to, but I just never have.
Character designs by the late Toriyama?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I played the most recent one that had came out, I want to say a year or so ago.
Our friend Tristan did too. Was it the like 11 or 12 Elusive Echoes of Age or something?
Yeah, I think it's 11. Don't quote me on that, but I think. But yeah, no, I mean, it looked great and like it was fun, but I never ended up completing it. So
So they said that the Dragon Quest game franchise posted a teaser on Monday for an H2D Dragon Quest game. I've been super in love with these HD 2D JRPGs like Octopath Traveler, Live Alive remake. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, Octopath Traveler's fucking style
Bravely
is
Default?
so good. Bravely Default, that's another good one, yeah.
But I don't think, this is just a logo. So, I mean,
Logo
I really
goes pretty hard, though.
I'm not gonna lie, a little bit.
Okay, follow me here. It's kind of like the Earthbound Mortal.
Okay, dude, I didn't want to say anything.
I knew you were thinking
but
that.
in my head, I'm like, oh, it's reminding me of an Earthbound Immortal.
Yo, is he gonna summon Akapakapu out here? What's some of the other ones?
Chaku Chalua.
Yeah, let's go.
Whale.
Have you guys played Earthbound?
Earthbound?
No, we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, my brother.
Yeah, there's an archetype called the Earthbound Immortals based on the Nazca lines.
So, yeah, they draw the lines like in the sea to form the curve, and then they race around those on their D-wheel.
D-wheel.
D-wheel, better known as Dual Run.
But I just kind of wanted to bring this up because you guys know I play some RPGs, some lengthy ones.
You've been
just a few, yeah.
It's some pretty lengthy ones, and then I'll just be like, yeah, I don't know if I want to take up anything right now. I don't know if I want to play anything.
It won't be out for like another year at least, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, you have all that back catalog to
you
get
see
through,
this fucking
Jose.
back catalog? I still got to play Rebirth, Final Fantasy 16.
You have Ninja Gaiden to get through.
Strangers of Paradise? Chaos. Bullshit.
dude, it's the chaos shit was so fucking perfect, man.
Dude, and I still have a bunch of Koei Tecmo, like all the Ateliers, all the Nine Azures to get through.
Oh, man.
Rise is still the best.
You're never gonna get through all that shit, man.
No, I'm gonna die before I even finish half of this.
Quick question. With the Atelier games, besides like Ryza, have you played any of the other ones?
I have Sophie right there, but I haven't played it.
Okay.
I do want to play them, but apparently they don't. Apparently the Ryza ones get mechanically better, like they just become better as the series progresses. So like, if I go back, it's probably gonna be worse.
I would hope they got better.
You'd hope, yeah. You'd hope.
Just like Persona 3, Ryza puts me to sleep, but in a good way. Like I'll just get tired and then I'll fall asleep.
Puts me to sleep, but in a good way.
This is me watching One Piece all over again.
Oh,
where people were like, "Is that boring?" It's like, no, I was falling asleep, man.
Yeah, it's not bad. I was just tired. Okay,
Pacing.
So fucking this trash shit is getting a movie. Can you guys believe this? Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Veto.
I mean, you guys are really pulling my arm here. I guess we need to schedule Remnants and Shadow.
I just wanted to dude, this is gonna be a movie. It's gonna make numbers in Japan, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, this
Our
is so
friend
good."
Tristan will go see it, guaranteed.
I don't even know if he's watched this, but if he
he's watched this. Come on,
he hasn't told me, but if he has, that's crazy.
Well, Jose, time to ask him and report back.
What's more interesting, this Eminence in the Shadow anime heralds upcoming film with new trailer, or Bocchi the Rock stage play reveal?
I would rather watch the Bocchi the Rock stage play.
I will 100% watch a stage play, dude. Quick side note, real quick.
God damn it. I'm getting spoiled. Close this article.
Oh.
That is Kaiju number 10. I knew it. It's right there again. No. That's fine. I'm already spoiled.
Don't look at it.
I can't be looking at that.
It's over. But
I assumed it
quick
was
side
Kaiju number 10.
though. So we have briefly looked at I think the Persona 5 stage play or one of them, right?
Yeah.
No,
just like a quick glimpse, and it's so fucking goofy, and I would love to watch a stage play of any of this other shit. It's kind of like how anime live action movies are usually pretty fucking bad, but they're really funny at the same time, man.
It's like
no, because I feel like stage play is trying to lean into what they can't do, whereas the movie, it's like you have no excuse. This should have been better.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say money was the problem, don't make the fucking movie.
Yeah, either that or someone got some funny ideas.
I'm gonna fight you on this. Anime live action are funny. It's like, no, they should just be better.
Well, they are funny, but
I agree.
It's a bad.
You agree with who?
I agree with you. They should be better.
Or don't make them.
Look, no, wait, hold on. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be better or whatever. I'm just saying that it's funny because they're so bad.
Wait,
That's
also
what I'm
Americanizing a property like in Death Note. It's like,
did you like how L was black?
The fucking
was that the first evidence of woke culture making its way into cinema? It might be.
It doesn't even matter though, because the source material is just not the same thing. It's like, okay, this is Death Note, but in America.
It was just flat out dog shit.
Did they call him Kira?
Yes.
Okay. Better not have.
And he's like, oh yeah, well, it's like killer from a different language. Light Turner. Light Turner. Let that sink in there. Who the fuck is naming their kid Light? Anyway,
put Put me in the dirt.
Oh, buddy, that was a ride. Thank God Willem Dafoe was
Willem Dafoe only...
Dude, he was great.
Yeah,
he was awesome.
I saw the trailer. He was defoeing it up.
Everything else...
Willem Dafoe.
In the trash.
Did he say...
Well,
was there a reference to the famous potato chip scene?
I don't remember one. So if that tells you anything, it's probably not in it. Dude,
no, I don't think that
potato chip.
I don't think that actor could pull off a potato chip bit.
Dude,
I'll take a potato. How do they fit the fucking tiny? Is it just a cell phone?
Dude, no, I think it was a tiny little TV or like a broadcast thing or something.
Small.
In the anime, or are you talking about in the live action?
In the anime, yeah.
Okay, so this
in
never
the live action, I don't think
it's just a cell phone in there.
Brother, I don't remember a single time where Light Turner was eating potato chips.
Remember?
And he's like, being watched and shit.
Eat it.
No, that movie was fucking dog shit. And I had a friend who was like, "Oh, I thought it was pretty good." Brother, did we watch the same movie?
Did
was
this
not
friend
good.
watch Death Note?
Yes. I don't think so.
I'm not a Death Note enjoyer. I still probably call that movie trash.
Dude, just from a writing perspective.
How does it end? Too. Because I feel like we're removed. We're so far removed. No, I know how it ends.
Okay.
Apparently the manga and the anime are a little different. Apparently in the spoilers. Apparently in the manga, Ryuk writes Light's name in the book.
Well, he does that in the anime too.
Does he?
Yeah, there's a shot of him like as the sun is setting or whatever. Ryuk is like writing Light's name in the Death
This
Note.
is it, L.
But I don't think he shows Light that he wrote his name.
Oh, I think in the manga he does.
Yeah, in the manga, I've seen the panel where he's like showing Light, like, "Hey, no, it's been decided you're going to die." In the anime, that doesn't happen.
I ever tell you how much
the Netflix movie's bad. Moving on.
Did I ever tell you how much I Death Note?
I don't think so. No.
He's stated that L and Light are just jerking each other off in a competition.
Yeah, literally. It's like
in that scene. Wait, hold on.
I think the entire time the manga writer was trying to build suspense, and I felt none of it because it was like you control the character. Like you can't have this cool back and forth where they're like mentally sparring with each other because you're just moving both pieces. Like I realize this is the dumbest shit ever because all mangakas do this, but specifically in Death Note, I was like, I hate this that you're doing this. It's like, oh, we got really close to crashing this car, but I didn't at the last second. Wasn't that a swerve? It's like, I
don't understand. I'm sorry.
I understand it makes no sense.
I don't get it.
It's just Death Note this happened.
It's okay, so the best example I have is that scene where they're in their diner and Light is like, what do you think L could be doing? Well, if I had my expert opinion, and then Light is over here like, he's gonna try and say this, but he's gonna swerve me with this, but I know exactly what
he's trying to like work out how he's gonna answer.
It's like a fucking Ocean's 11 movie turned up to fucking 20, where I'm just like, there's no chain of events that you could have predicted this in, but it worked out because you were writing it. I know it doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes sense because it's just Deus Ex Machina the entire time.
Yeah, it's like
he copped out every turn at every point of.
It's like, how close can I get these two cars together, but they never touch?
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah,
like I understand that, and then there's also the shenanigans with like how, you know, if you think about it, like if it wasn't for Light using like blackmail on another Shinigami to get L to die, like, you know, he's probably gonna be fucked, you know. And I will say the second half of the anime with was it Mello and NeiR?
We should just not talk about
literally in my brain, like I watched the damn show. That shit does not exist to me. It's just up till L dies and then the ending.
I killed L, but I need another L, so I'm gonna make a small child L that's not as good as L. But
we're gonna have a couple L's. We're gonna have a couple L's. You see,
I had problems. We can move on.
Yeah, the Netflix
Ghost in the Shell, however, haven't watched.
Sorry, hold on.
The Ghost in the Shell is getting a new anime adaptation. How do you feel about it?
I mean, so I only ever watched Ghost in the Shell way back. I think it was on Toonami.
Is this Makoto?
Right. This is Makoto Kusanagi.
Makoto Kusanagi.
Yeah.
So she's a cyborg?
No, she's Scarlett Johansson, and she's an Asian woman in Scarlett Johansson's
So is
body.
she a cyborg?
Jose, I completely forgot that existed. I do not appreciate that.
No, she's Scarlett Johansson.
Is she a cyborg?
I'm sure.
Are you saying that Scarlett Johansson is a cyborg?
Yes.
That we're okay?
Look, Scarlett Johansson, fucking hot as shit. Anyway, is she a cyborg? Is she a robot? Does she have her own thoughts?
Okay, so as far as
break this down.
I'm trying. I'm trying to remember.
Continue.
As far as I understand it, right, so there are different levels of, like, cyborg, I guess, implementation, right? Like an arm, a leg, whatever. Makoto's case, as far as I understand it, like, her brain is inside of a robotic shell, right? So
let me stop you here. Yeah. Is this the cyberpunk, how many parts do you replace until I become robot thing?
I don't believe so,
no. We're not doing that?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
So what is this Makoto Kusanagi? What are we doing? Does she go out and fight crime?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's part of a task force.
Okay. So we built a super hot robot lady with a brain in a jar that goes out and fights crime.
I feel like you need to watch this one. This is a seminal, like, Japanese anime movie that I think popularized anime.
Oh, there are series. There are multiple series.
No, the original one from 1989 or 1990. Like, I feel like we should sit down, watch that, and then I want to hear your opinion.
I would have absolutely no objections watching Ghost in the Shell because, again, like, I'm pulling from very, very faded memories of when I was watching. I don't
know how I feel about the Devilman Crybaby studio.
Well, they're also doing the Dan to Dan, and they did the Scott Pilgrim anime. So
which one's Dan to Dan? That's the Ghost Granny?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Turbo Granny, yeah.
Because I get Dan to Dan and Dorohedoro confused all the time.
Perfectly understandable. There's an anime called Dororo, so I don't...
Yeah, Dororo also.
Dororo, Dorohedoro, Dan to Dan.
Okay, well, Dan to Dan. Yeah, the animation looks good, so
2026.
If it was like that super exaggerated, like glowing art style from Devilman Crybaby, I don't know if I'd be into it.
If it was that art style, I probably wouldn't be either. And like,
did you ever watch Devilman Crybaby? Did you not enjoy your time?
No.
I want to watch the original.
You did not enjoy your time.
No, okay. I did not. Like, I watched Devilman Crybaby quite some number of years ago with a buddy of mine. Yeah. Just like binged it because he's like, yeah, I've been watching it and I think it's pretty good. And I gave it a try. I didn't like it at all.
Fair enough.
Not my cup.
I've seen the like 80s or 70s Devilman Crybaby where like the dude just walks up to like a woman and rips off her boob, and then a little child gets like shot in the head with an arrow.
It sounds about right.
Is Devilman Crybaby just Parasite, or it doesn't make sense to me?
You're talking about Parasite of the game?
Yeah. Where weird shit just happens and
the mitochondria, Sherm. The mitochondria.
It's the powerhouse of the cell, I've heard.
Holy shit. Well, I don't know. Like Devilman Crybaby, like I didn't enjoy it, but the problem is that like I don't know if I will say that it's a bad show. A lot of people love the damn thing.
Yeah, I think it won anime of the year there.
And I could understand why people like it, but personally for me, I just
think it's
fair enough.
I think it's one of those shows you have a problem with where like
there's too much.
No, which one's the samurai one? Black Samurai.
Oh, Afro Samurai?
Yes, I think it's like that where like a lot of people's first anime could be Devilman Crybaby, and then they branch out. Or like mine was definitely not Samurai, Afro Samurai, but I wanted to watch Afro Samurai because Samuel L. Jackson played Afro Samurai. He also played that really weird, goofy hallucination guy.
So, quick sidebar. What did you give Afro Samurai out of 10?
It's so long ago, I couldn't tell you.
All right, rate it right now based on your memory. Because I probably remember about as much as you do.
I remember it being an 8, but if I watched it now, I would probably be like, this taking too long. This was around the time.
That was 5 episodes, too, and it took too long for you.
Afro Samurai was only 5 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
See, because there was a lot of like hip-hop culture in it and stuff like that, and I fucking loved it.
Okay,
I remember an old man with like headphones on.
Yeah.
I think
also, there's
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson voiced the like old guy. He also voiced Afro Samurai, but he kind of did like a cadence to him, I think.
Okay.
And there was even like, because this was around the time like Kanye was still huge before he became controversial. There was there's that guy who wears the bear head. That's supposed to be a nod to Kanye. So like, I really
it makes sense. I didn't like him much. No, I wasn't into that culture, and none of that hit. So
there's also a really bad video game.
Oh yeah, I really wanted that game. I really wanted that game.
No, you don't. No, you do not.
Is this a 50 Cent blood on the sand type of situation?
No, even worse. It looked even worse.
I don't know why they made it. I'll put it that way.
Money.
I
often question why they make anime video games. Like, how many times do you need to retell me the Saiyan Saga, the Cell Saga, the Boo Saga?
Oh, okay. By the way, are we done with this?
By the way, yeah. Makoto Kusanagi, we should watch it.
Okay, we'll watch the original movie. If we are into it, we can watch some of these supplementary material.
Yeah, I mean, there's like there's second gig.
Standalone complexes and stuff.
I think there's two.
Yeah. There's like a standalone complex, a series, and then a follow-up or something.
The only last thing.
Standalone complex, and then there's second gig, I think. But that's all I know.
The only thing I'll say is
that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
By the way, inspired The Matrix, trench coats, Baker.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Okay, do not bring my dark past onto the show.
But
will you wear the duster again?
If when we watch Ghost in the Shell, can you bring it?
No.
Why not?
Can I wear it?
Sure, if you want to. I still got it. It's hanging up next to my...
Why would you get rid of it?
Oh, of course.
It's a nice duster.
Hey, man, for $60, that thing stood the test of time.
Yeah,
let me tell
it's
you.
a fucking leather coat, man.
yeah, and it's still good.
Fuckers
It's still
probably
good.
take a bullet.
Yeah, but okay, we gotta get on the Ghost in the Shell hype train. So
I don't think so.
Okay, well, actually, this is this is not on here. I didn't put it on here, but did you guys see that PlayStation had a state of play? They had a bunch of like kind of anime-ish games. I watched all the trailers. They look awful.
Those cowards came out after they tried to take down Helldivers 2.
I will say, at least in terms of Twitter, I heard about that state of play. The problem is that I did not hear much actually about the damn products.
The problem is you were on Twitter.
A lot of those games,
I guess.
A lot of those games look like really low budget. Like, hey, we want to make an Atelier game, but we're gonna make it 2D or something. Or it just looks very bad. There's also one where like it's like Pokemon Snap, but instead of snapping Pokemon, you snap cute girls in different outfits.
What?
Oh, that's
what are you talking about?
That triggered a brain blast. That's a series of games that's been going on for a long time.
Really?
What the fuck are you talking about?
It's not Senra and Kagura. That's the one. All right, look up Senra and Kagura.
Okay, it's not Senra and Kagura, but I'll tell you like.
Okay, Salem, you go around, you have a camera. When you snap pictures of the girls, they faint because they're trying to get to you. And then if you build up enough of a meter, you go into a special
gun
mode.
gal, like
gun gal.
Gal gun or something.
Gal gun.
Gal gun. Okay, no, I know what you're talking about.
It's
now.
not
you
that.
build up the meter, and then you can take the naked pictures later.
I see.
Well,
okay.
I think they have their bra and panties on.
They do.
Not completely nude. But,
No, that you got to pay extra for that.
But no, if Galgun, that tells me everything I need to know. I know about that.
I mean,
no, it's not Gal gun.
It's not gal gun, but it sounds like gal.
Yeah, it sounds like it, but it's not that. Hold on, I'm gonna go to YouTube and look up.
But it's right there. It's the top result.
Okay, yeah, this guy, the state of play show was pathetic. No, hold on, let me find it here.
Oh my god, is that? I don't.
This is it. Like this is the one where you kind of go.
That just looks like Genshin.
Yeah, this is the one where you go around taking pictures of it. I don't know.
Oh, it's cute girls instead of hot.
What?
God.
Yeah. See, you take pictures of her, and I don't know if you're fighting bosses or whatever.
This looks like
it looks very
a weird
Korean.
Japanese version of what was that Pokemon ripoff that came out a few months ago?
Oh,
Power World.
Power World. This looks like Japanese version of Power World.
This upcoming one is a really bad looking Soulsborne like. They're also remaking Until Dawn.
That's
for
like
whatever
a
reason.
Skyrim more than anything.
Oh yeah, Marvel Overwatch.
Oh my god.
Marvel Overwatch, dude.
No, I'm good. No, I'm good.
Very small thing about the Marvel Overwatch thing. I saw a clip of gameplay, and someone was playing as Doctor Strange with the portals, you know?
Yeah.
He put one at their spawn point and another off a cliff, and they just kept falling to die.
Now, is this
It's just
Diablo?
like Symmetra from, that's Diablo. No, that's PoE, I think. Pillars of Eternity, or it's the other one that's also like Diablo.
And there was
Paths of Exile?
Path,
Is that one?
No, yeah, Path of Exile, and then I don't think that's Diablo. It might be Diablo.
The other big one was the Silent Hill remake.
Is it being made by Kojima? And
No.
well,
it's just a straight remake.
Yeah, they're just remaking it. I am curious about the progress in Silent Hill F, by the way.
Nothing. Radio silence.
Fantastic. Okay, well, fuck.
Do you want your game? Shut up and let them make your game.
No, I will complain.
I need some kind of, it feels like Bayo when Bayo 3 was in development. It's like, shut up, stop asking us about Bayo. You'll get it when you get it.
And then everybody got mad at him.
Do you
Stop
remember,
disrespecting us.
Did you remember that fucking voice actress that came out and was
yeah.
like, I didn't get paid for like any of Bayo, and then they came with receipts and they were like, no, you got paid a lot actually. And then
she's like, I'm donating to charity everywhere.
Yeah, she like literally tried to fucking kill the game and then
didn't work.
The lady that voiced Bayonetta.
Who
the original Bayo.
Camilla was like, no, here's receipts, and she's like, it's got taken out of context. I actually she tried to backtrack so much.
Well, yeah, she'd have to in that stance. Like either that or just be like, yeah, I'm a fucking asshole, something like that.
Yeah, it's like she felt like she deserved more, so she tried to kill the game, which is like, hey, maybe don't, because if we ever make Bayo 4, it's not gonna be you now.
This might end your career as being Bayonetta.
Yeah, it could blacklist you from multiple companies that would go, hey, I like the Bayo voice actress, let's get her.
Yeah, why would they hire you if you're a fucking risk?
Yeah, if you're gonna like come out and say, hey, you fuckers didn't pay me, and then
she does good work too. It's a shame.
Okay.
Well, they can't all be winners.
All right, so we're an hour and 30 in. I don't know how much it'll be whittled down by the point we start the actual topic, but our topic today is Who wants to introduce it? I do it every time.
Do you like when cute anime boys with long hair meet cute anime girl
with long hair?
With long hair, they get together. They're fucking.
They're fucking.
They're fuck.
Okay, 99% of the time they are not. It takes about 200 to 300
That's
chapters.
why the first one we're going to talk about is the best one we're going to talk about, and that's Horimiya.
Okay.
We're talking about romance anime today.
Let's go.
For some reason, this was the only topic we could all come together on.
I love that. We're talking about romance anime today for some reason.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
This feels like a weirdly personal thing where we each like our own thing, but we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay,
I mean,
Baker, what else did you have on here? What are your top three? What are your top three?
He was supposed to review and never did. He got caught watching Magia.
I got lost in the sauce watching Magia Record.
Okay, but in the past, like, what are some of your favorites?
This is a discussion I had yesterday.
This is the problem that I had because legitimately, like, I cannot really remember a lot of romance-specific anime, especially ones that
you have Fate Grand Order.
Yeah, according to Annie Chart and whatnot, apparently, Fate was included in there and everything. It's like, I could talk about Fate.
Okay, Konosuba is also included in there.
We can legitimately have a conversation about how Fate Stay Night is technically romance.
Yeah, originally Fate
and I'm
Stay
not
Night
even
was
going
in
to be
eroge.
Mad if we have that conversation.
In eroge.
It was an eroge, yeah.
It was.
I love when Baker says eroge.
Oh, an eroge?
Yeah, it's an eroge.
Eroge.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
all right, so put Fate Stay Night up there.
Yeah, let's talk about Fate Stay Night.
We can. Yeah, I'm glad you have it formatted correctly, except for that A. Yeah, I'm going to take care of that, and we're good. But specifically not Studio D.
Kidding.
Unlimited Blade.
And then we have to put in Heaven's Feel.
And then base Fate Stay Night.
Okay, so let's.
No, we're not talking about that.
We could.
Okay. So we I looked at the community, right? And the community says that the highest rated shows Horimiya plus the missing pieces, which is just stuff they didn't animate.
Yeah, don't want missing pieces.
So missing pieces, was that like the kind of spontaneous points in time?
No, it's parts of the manga they just didn't include.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, in this episode where Ori and Mia were I don't know. The class president can't wake up on time, so we all decided we're gonna call him, and then he answers, but then he hangs up, and then we keep calling him. Eventually, we get him to school. Day is safe.
Fantastic.
Do you want to watch your anime like Magical Index, Scientific Railgun? Do you want to go to season 2, episode 8, and then go to season 3?
It feels weird that they animated it after the fact.
It is weird. They could have just not.
They could have not, or made it 24th, or maybe like 8 if they didn't have enough something. I'm sure that manga continues. There's probably more you could have animated after they're like out of school and they're fucking married.
So Sherm, you have your 3. I have my 3. Baker has his 2.
That's correct.
Okay, so some of the ones that I guess overlap is Snafu with you and Baker, but I also think it's a great one.
Baker, how do you pronounce the
Japanese name?
No, yeah, the one that starts with the or snap.
Origuru.
Origaru? I would see the word.
Origaru.
I feel like every time I bring up Snafu, you're like, you mean Origaru? Man, this fucking derailed the fuck out of us.
You bet it did. It's all worth it.
It's like called Origaru. Yeah.
Climax OVA. Hell yeah, brother.
What? No.
You click it. Either way, this is irrelevant.
Getting lost here, bud.
We're lost in the song.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the top.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Snafu.
It's a good show.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
He made the second best.
Now, Sherm, you...
Origaru.
Origaru?
Yeah.
Apparently they referred, instead of what I assume is the American name for it.
Snafu.
Yeah.
Origaru. Yeah, I've actually like, I think even, I may have watched like a Garnt video, and I think he referenced it as, Origaru. Anyways.
He's probably referenced this in fucking Orimio plenty of times.
What do you want a season 4?
There's
no possible chance.
It's impossible.
Fucking shut that shit down right now.
Will Origaru get a season 4? There's no possible chance.
Look, I was talking to Sherm yesterday about this. Like, this is fan fiction territory. Like, at this point, you go to fanfiction.net or AO3 or something.
Let's talk about Best Girl.
Yeah. The
you
teacher.
already know my answer. What do you think my answer? No,
that's mine.
Yeah, that's the worst. Bottom of the list.
The Yuki no show. Yuki.
Yui Gahama?
Yeah, no. Isn't her name Yuki?
Are you talking about Yukino
Shida?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also incorrect.
Okay.
I don't even fucking know her name. It's the teacher.
Oh, that's right.
The teacher.
Pull up the teacher. Snafu teacher. No.
Let's pull up Mal.
Snafu teacher, not Snoofu teacher. Yeah, just stick an A right in there. Yeah. Shizuka. Okay, you gotta get a full body picture. Not that one.
That is a full body picture.
That doesn't have the bell bottoms on it. The bell bottoms are very important. You can kind of see the bell bottoms there. What a great design.
Yeah, no, she looks fantastic.
And she was at the end of spoilers if you haven't watched Snafu Climax, I think 3rd season.
Yeah.
At the end, she's like, man, Hachiman, why couldn't I just be 10 years younger?
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, I swear to God, he fucking pats her on the back and goes, yeah, Teach, sucks for you. I'm getting my fucking girl over here. And I'm like, no, you fool. Go back. Hey, there's the one that you like with silver.
Oh, yeah.
That one? Oh, the
one
with
silver hair is also high.
The silver hair girl who... Oh, Saki, yeah. So Saki was also a contender for me besides Yukino. Just because, like, I love that she is fucking working out of high school, even though they're technically not supposed to or whatever. She's, you know, supporting her younger sibling, and the younger sibling...
I'm glad my waifu list has...
no surprise. Yukino.
Yo, what's the tomboy rating at? Gotta know.
This one, right?
714. Oh, I forgot about Yugahama.
So did I.
She was good looking.
I mean, her and Yui look good, but
what do you specifically like about this romance anime? What tugged at your heartstrings? Why is this good for you?
Because it felt like a story that I can relate to, being a mostly social outcast, and then finding romance among the, I guess you could say 3. I don't count Roha. She was just finding romance among these 2 girls.
No love for her, huh?
I don't see it. That's Jose's favorite.
Which one?
Roha.
I don't know. I just really like her design. I just really like Aroha's design. She's very cute and playful. Like
we're talking about the Kohai, right? Like I think it's Ishiki.
Yeah.
Ishiki Roha.
Yeah. Hey, Jose, I got you. I like her too. Right. Don't you worry about that. She would be
she's just
3rd.
Bottom tier.
Like
bottom tier?
Like a Yotsuba
brother.
It goes like Shizuka, fucking Yukino Shida, Yuigahama, then the silver hair girl, Saki, and then.
Okay, fair enough.
See, you can't even disagree.
Hey, fair enough, but in my list, she's probably like 3rd top. I like her.
I don't know.
Love for Yuigahama, huh?
No, nice girl.
But
yeah, dude, literally, she's the most like well-adjusted, normal girl.
I feel like a Roha. Yuigahama's like,
yeah, but I don't know. There's something about Ishiki that I really like, and
I feel like she's more playful.
Yeah, she's more playful. She's kind of devious
jovial
and shit. Yeah,
I really like that about her, especially because like she'll just tease Hachiman and like he'll
she keeps telling him like, hey, you got to take responsibility for this shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's
and
like
doesn't take it seriously, but underneath all that, she's kind of serious, but she's also wanting to like she's not serious, but she wants to see his reaction. It's very cute and playful. But with the Yukino Shida romance, it's very like they're building a rapport, and then they're like, okay, like what are we both getting out of this? Do we both like each other? And then Yuigahama is just get NTR.
Yo, Yuigahama fucking crying, so sad.
She just gets cucked the whole time, and it's so sad.
Alexa,
to see her.
play Deso for Yuigahama.
Play Russian Despacito. It's so sad.
Like when I was watching the show, like I felt bad for her too. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't really dislike any of the characters in the show, really. But it's just like at the same time, I'm like,
oh, I hated their mom. I think,
really?
Oh, yeah,
mom. The art style better.
So okay, that was another thing.
Yeah, the art style. Yeah.
So that was another thing. It's like I don't necessarily mind the change, but yeah, the art style for season 1 is a lot better because it's more unique looking.
I just think
I definitely think it stood out a lot more, and that's what grabbed my attention.
I think Yukino and Yui market friend in the first season, whereas in the second area.
Well, I mean, dude, like Hachiman.
Yeah, Hachiman
like,
too.
Literally complete. This is a different guy in the second season.
Yeah, this was blow up. He got a different animation style. He looks better.
Like that's the thing. Like I don't even hate the like art style and everything in the second season. Like it looks good.
It's just boring.
It's just like it's just like, well, what the fuck happened?
Is it like this for you guys?
Is that American?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say like, do you feel it was like this, American Dragon J?
No, I've already said I don't.
Okay, don't talk to me about Steven Universe going off model if you didn't live through this. The American Dragon J.
Oh yes,
dude.
Let's bring up banger shows like Steven Universe.
Oh, let's not.
Let's not.
You're the one that brought it.
Oh no, I was just reading the tweet. Anyways, like I don't know, like
well, you always said that you never minded it. Did you like it more or less?
I'm kind of indifferent. Like I do think the season 1 animation stands out a lot more, but you got to remember, like season 1 came out like like in 2013, and then season 2 came out 2015. So like that's a 2-year gap, and then the last one 2020. So like people were waiting real long for this shit.
Yeah, Miss Yuki Noshita, fuck that bitch. She sucks. You see how far down on the list she is?
She's not
Fucking
very,
the tomboy is above her.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, Miss Yuigahama is above her.
Wait, sure, me talking about the femboy?
Okay,
you knew who I was talking about.
I just
that motherfucker got a joystick down there, and Hachiman was into it.
Oh yeah,
he's like, I like this guy.
And I don't blame him, but
oh yeah,
you know.
So in your so
where's those little tennis shorts?
So what would we personally because Snafu is rated let me see here. Season 1 is rated an 8, season 2 is rated an 8.20, and then season 3 is rated an 8.35. Do you feel like this stacks up for you?
Yeah,
it does.
I mean,
season 3. Season 3 was the best one. So yes, this checks out.
The show like is quality to me. Like I really enjoyed it. So
yeah,
like
for you to get
at least
through
an 8.
For you to get through this much anime, you had something was there.
Back in the day, I chewed through this and I was waiting for more to come out at the time. Like I was getting really impatient.
Yeah, I was watching this like a season or 2 after it came out.
Okay, so let's just go down the list. So we've talked about Snafu, Horimiya. Did you talk about what you like, dislike? What do you think could be done better? Like, what do you have to say about Horimiya?
Just would have removed the missing. I'm mad I got animated because it made me feel like I would get more Horimiya, and it's like you get the worst part. You get the parts we cut out because we didn't think we'd have time for it, and then this blew up, and now we have time for it. It's like, fuck. So but original Horimiya is probably like an 8 out of 10.
Okay, so original Horimiya is an 8.20, while as of right now, the missing pieces has an 8.19. Do you think that's not really in your ballpark, an 8.19?
I don't remember what I rated the missing pieces.
Okay,
it was 6 or 7 probably.
All right,
lower than the actual show.
Yeah, because like I said, it was like just hey, we snipped out pieces.
Right.
Now we've animated them. We stuck 2 together. Here you go. Here's another.
Right. That's what I mean.
Like, there was very little like relationship stuff between Hori and Mia, or even some of the other characters, where it was just like, hey, fucking Miyamura's got to get in the pool. Let's all remember he has tattoos. Japanese people don't like tattoos because associate them with Yakuza. What are we gonna do now? Now Miyamura's got to get out of fucking getting in the pool. Okay, he's gonna clean the pool deck with a pool brush for like 8 minutes, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I wish this was in originally when I watched it, but
wait, so that was part of the missing pieces.
They snipped out pieces from like each episode, and then we're like, well,
just stuff that could have like continued the scene. And just like
that's what I'm saying. It's like you could have had 12 episodes turned into 24. Instead, you were like, make Horimiya. If people like it, then we'll animate the stuff.
I did think it was really weird when I went to go look at the Horimiya manga, and I saw it was like almost 200 fucking chapters.
I mean, that's after school, and they're like married and just doing things together.
That sounds really good, actually.
I think the last chapter is them being married and doing cute things, but I'm pretty sure like the second to last chapter.
Then they cut out a lot, and I have no idea why the missing pieces parts were picked.
It's an interesting decision.
Yeah, it's like, you remember when Hachiman couldn't go in the pool, so he cleaned the pool all day, and it was hot outside, but he had to wear his long sleeve because he's got tattoos on his arm. It's like, why am I watching this?
What am I getting from this?
That was a me fucking English dub, fucking not paying that close attention.
Doing some dishes.
Yeah, not doing dishes, but
okay,
you have a lot of dishes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I purposely get my dishes dirty so I can do them that often.
Oh, good.
So, would you say that the missing pieces did not ruin your enjoyment of the original season?
No, because I see something like I can look at the missing pieces. Go, it is what it is. I watched it. Did I wish I could go back in time and get the 4 hours back? Sure, but you didn't get anything out of it.
It didn't hit the same.
That's why I'm saying don't watch the missing pieces.
So it's kind of like in a movie. It's kind of like
if you like scenes or something.
If you liked Horimiya and you're like, oh, I want more, let's go to the missing pieces. It's like, don't just
example Snyder cut.
Yeah, like what if I had taken the missing pieces and stitched them together with original Horimiya, then you would have had this thing.
Okay.
Honestly, I think if there are 200 chapters.
Well, I think some of the I don't remember, but I think the first few chapters were like 1 page, and then like eventually it started ramping up more pages.
Oh, that's odd.
It's a Tectonen.
I don't know if it's like that, but I just remember that it had a lot of chapters, and I was like, "There's a lot that's cut out here." It might have been originally a web novel. I don't remember. Okay, so
Horimiya good.
Horimiya is good.
Horimiya, the missing piece. It's not good. Don't watch it.
All right, so the other one that you kind of had as an example was My Dress Up Darling. Now, now, would you say that is your third top?
Yeah, it's number 3.
Okay. What is great about My Dress Up Darling? I know what's great about My Dress Up Darling, but if you try to convince somebody to watch this, how would you do it?
Do you it's really weird because like the fastest way I could probably get an all-around anime fan to watch it is say, do you like fan service? If so, boy, do I got a show for you. I mean, it's deeper than that. Like the relationship between Marin and Gojo, I feel like their relationship's really cute, and like it's kind of like a sway from the normal where it's like the dude is usually the one that's like, oh, I got to have a crush on her so much, but she doesn't know, so I'm gonna like do cute things. And this is the opposite where Marin's like, holy fuck, I'm so into this dude, but I can't let him know that just yet. Why? I don't know, because I don't think Gojo's gonna be like, Marin, get the fuck out of here.
I hate you. This has ruined our friendship.
I can't believe you came to measure for cosplay in a bikini. That was disgusting. Please leave my
You are a vile creature.
You are. Fuck, I'm pretty sure in the episode after he just like beats one off to her.
I think so. I think he did. So
oh, that happens?
Yeah. I mean, he's not perfect, but
he's a teenage boy. I don't know if I don't know if the author's trying to be realistic, but yeah, he is a teenage high school boy.
That like almost felt out of character when that happened.
To beat his meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of did.
Because it's like even like so the first cosplay he makes for her is based on an Eroge, and he's like playing it, and he's like I think he's more into the game than the Eroge stuff.
So I remember the scene actually. He was like mega
like
drilled into watching what was going on. He was like taking notes and shit.
So it feels out of character for Gojo. I mean, you read the manga, so you would know. Are there any other parts where he's like being a skeeve almost, or is it like he's just being the most fucking wonderful boy you've ever seen?
Honestly, it becomes you see his obsession with those Hina dolls.
Yeah.
It becomes almost as an obsession, but like I think I said before, in a different episode when this got brought up, he is 100% so deep into Hina dolls that cosplaying, like making these things for Marin is just practice for the Hina doll. Like he does not care about the cosplay at all. It's a challenge for him and for him to like grow as an artist. Because like one of the things was he didn't really know how to paint, the Hina doll faces, but then he was learning how to like do Marin's makeup. He didn't really.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
He needed more help on how to make the clothes.
There's something there. Like it's so hard to recommend this because like people look at it like our friend Tristan. Didn't you like it when he got that boner?
Wait, that was from that.
Yeah.
Show. Oh,
he was like, I thought it was hilarious when he got a boner, and I was like, I thought it was pretty good when he called her beautiful, even though he doesn't call anything beautiful.
The duality of man. I love that he got that boner, and then I thought it was nice.
Sit here and say, during the Marin fucking measurement scene where she's in a bikini, I didn't feel something, but like, there's more there than just, hey, there's some fan service on the screen. Like, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, because if you watch the show, he talks about like what he considers beautiful, what he considers a masterpiece, what like he doesn't praise a lot of things. He only has one thing on his mind. He has a lot of he's trying to focus on his grandpa's health. He's trying to focus on his career, which will be a Hina doll maker. He's trying to do all things. And Marin just kind of comes in, kind of barges herself into his life, but it's kind of this thing where it's like he doesn't mind because to him, to her, she's just somebody who's kind of getting him out of his shell, and it's a romance it's a romance, but the romance part doesn't hit until almost the very end of the season. And then once you go into the manga and you're reading, the romance parts kind of stall because more issues come up because it's almost written very realistically. Where like you're high schoolers, and especially being a high schooler in Japan, you're thinking about what you're gonna do next in life. You're thinking about entrance exams. You're thinking about work. You're thinking about what to do next. And he already has his path laid out where he wants to be a Hina doll maker. But what does Marin want? She doesn't know. But she's still cosplaying. He's still making them for her. Like it's all this stuff where it becomes existential. Like what's gonna happen? His grandpa's health. It's always like we talk about his grandpa's health quite a bit. Marin's dad is pretty absent from her life, and every time he comes around, he just kind of gives a surface level "I love you" and like I'm worried about you, but it's not deep, and
a very absent parent, like
a little bit,
not really getting too deep into her own personal life and everything.
It's very like Gojo doesn't know his feelings. Marin definitely knows her feelings, but they both don't know how to express those, I guess. And that's I watch a lot of those like in Japan. What do you think? Like in Japan, how are Japanese women? Or like in Japan, how do we show like affection and this kind of thing? And it's like in Japan, you're not very affectionate. You're not very open like you would be in the West. Like I kissed my wife before she went to work today, like right in front of you guys. But in Japan, no way, no how. Probably it's kind of like that. Like they don't communicate these things, and that's what makes it harder for you to watch the relationship blossom. But you're only rooting for them that much more. And right now, they kind of haven't gone anywhere. But once season 2 drops, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna enjoy it because she gets more costumes.
Sailor Moon.
But
I may on a win.
No, you won't.
Well, okay. I guess I won't.
I know.
Once season 2 drops, I'm pretty sure you got you.
I will. Yeah.
You'll enjoy it. I don't know if you'll have like a very like rose tinted glasses kind of look for season 1, but I think that the upcoming stuff will be just as good as the first season stuff. A couple of more characters get introduced. They do a whole a cosplay gathering, which I'm excited for. Where like another eroge where like a bunch of cosplayers come together.
I have a question. Yeah. Did they cut out that part from the manga with the one cosplay? There was the one that they she put on, and was he like too horned up for it?
The succubus one?
No, not that one. The one before that, where it's like her in a short white-haired wig with like
kind of like a fighting costume. I think it was supposed to be.
Did they cut that from the anime?
I don't think so. I think it just happened really quick. And if I remember reading back that chapter, it also kind of goes by really fast.
That was like the one thing I didn't like. That and the thing I mentioned about Gojo earlier, where it filled out a character. It's very good. I'll give this it's not perfect.
It definitely has some more growing to do.
The only thing I will say is I really enjoy how Gojo, despite sometimes being horny, he kind of holds that in, and he's never perverse with Marin. Very he's a wholesome ass fucking boy.
He's not Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, he hurts sometimes when other times I don't know. Gojo feels very out of character for the male character show.
The male anime protagonist.
Yeah,
because you'd expect him to be more.
Yeah, just a little bit turn it up a couple notches, whereas they were no, dial up. He's a wholesome man.
You expect Asuna rizzed up with AI daughter.
Oh man, that's even worse.
Oh, do we want to talk about the romance and sword art on? Oh, we don't?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I brought that.
Okay. Kirito is just so boring that it's there is no way you can convince me that Asuna fell in love with this man, because that man is just a fucking piece of paper.
Oh, 100%.
I understand it's supposed to be you apply yourself to feel like
I'm the guy.
You are the black sword. Anyway, okay. Gojo.
I love Gojo. I love Marin. I love their friends. They're pretty wholesome too. It just if you watch any of Sherm's recommendations, what do you think they should start with? What would be the most accessible one? Snafu?
If you want something longer, Snafu. If you want something shorter, Horimiya. The thing I didn't really touch on this. The thing I really love about Horimiya, and I think everyone will agree, is man, they're fucking booking. They are not in a weird, creepy way, but man, they are fucking by episode 5. There is no will they, won't they for fucking 10 episodes.
So
or 400 chapters of Rent a Girlfriend.
It was 204.
I watched about half of Horimiya before I stopped, and
he was upset about the hair.
I was, but
Salem, what if I told you the hair gets?
It
gets shorter on both.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Fucking bad. But character development.
Fucking shave Miria's head.
Okay, but what?
But it was so fucking good. It legitimately was. My reasons for stopping are completely petty, so keep watching it if you're into it. But they were just to the fucking point, and they were acting like actual people.
They were hey,
oh my god,
hey, you like me, I like you. Let's do this.
It's not going to take 2 or 3 seasons. For
Something
them to finally,
that I think
have a relationship.
Jose's first topic I had problem, and I think you'll the same. What do you want to talk about?
Toradora.
Yes.
Okay, what's your problem with Toradora?
I think Toradora is
overrated.
Not overrated. It's plotting at a certain point where I don't know if you remember this, but there was a point where I got halfway through Toradora and I didn't pick it back up.
Yeah. So Toradora could definitely Toradora definitely could have benefited from being condensed down like a Horimiya. I don't.
100%. It did not need to go on for as long.
I think it's based off a manga. So even if the manga went on that long, where they fit everything in, or even if the manga went on longer and they condensed it to some parts, I still feel 24 episodes went on for way too long. I don't know if you could condense it down to 12 and make it any better. But in my opinion, I absolutely love the development of them just figuring out hey, we're trying to we schemed up this we cooked up this plot to get the people we like, and in the end they just fall for each other because they're stupid.
Oh, it was really cute, and I enjoyed watching the show when I had watched it. My main problem, besides the fact that it does feel a little bloated, was the ending.
Yeah.
So, this will be, of course, a spoiler if you haven't watched it.
Watch Toradora.
You're not.
You should probably watch Toradora.
Okay, to all the shonen bros that just got done with My Hero and you're no longer 15, 16,
start.
You need to start something else.
Eminence and Shadow. Here
Toradora
That's the one. That's quality picture.
It's got a crowbar.
It's got crowbar.
He's anime bad.
I am a
So Toradora may be a little too old, I feel.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely older for sure.
It's of its time.
From it being.
So it's definitely one older, and second of all, it's like even if the manga was written between like 2006 2010, it's like just in that time period 2006 2008, you're kind of transported to that time anyways. So it's like you're gonna get people with flip phones, you're gonna get people in like 2000s fashion. So it might be a little jarring for a younger person to be like, oh, I was born in 2008. This is weird.
The thing that I was talking about, like the biggest problem I have with Toradora is they do a lot of this love triangle bullshit where characters misinterpret things.
Yeah.
And instead of just acting like human beings and going talk to the other person, we're gonna fucking drag this out into a couple episodes where we each overthink about everything, and then finally we'll get together and say, I can't believe you did this. And it's like, no, you misinterpreted.
Okay, so
yeah, it's almost like if they just talk, you know.
Yeah, if characters spoke to each other, we resolve a lot of problems.
Or if they thought a little more rationally, for that matter.
Are you guys saying this would benefit from like a sticky note situation, just to be like, you leave a sticky note, it could all be resolved?
This could be resolved by character.
Yeah, just like being more level-headed a little bit, and then just talking.
It's like in
Horimiya.
I see Ryuko and whatever.
I feel like you guys have a point. Maybe Toradora,
Ryuji and blue-haired girl, they're like talking extending machine. Toradora, like, oh my god, I can't believe he's. It's like, come on, go talk to the man. Just go up to him, say, hey, I didn't like the way you talked to her. Whatever.
I feel like you guys have a point. Maybe Toradora would be a little bit difficult to get into if you've kind of watched Horimiya Snafu Dress Up Darling and you are thinking that you can maybe get into something else. I'll cross out Toradora. Toradora should be like your 10th thing.
You can like Toradora.
No. Like, here's a better one, right?
Like I like.
Here's a better one.
I just have problems.
In my opinion, Toradora is rated an 8.06, while Insomniacs After School is rated an 8.08. I think Insomniac After School is underrated in that fact. Insomniacs After School is a pretty cute love story about two people that just cannot go to sleep. Obviously, they're insomniac. So what they do is they meet up after, like basically when they should be asleep, like at 10 a.m. They meet up and they just go around. They explore their prefecture. They explore their town. They take pictures. One of them really wants to be a photographer. They take beautiful pictures. They come to understand that they're developing feelings for each other because these are two people of the opposite sex, close in age, that are hanging out basically after school. This is stuff they shouldn't be doing, by the way. And then they just develop a very believable romance out of this weird situation where they both couldn't get to sleep. They were sleeping during school hours. They both went to go find like somewhere to like pass out, and that's kind of like what kicks everything off. I even went ahead at the time after I was done with the anime on High Dive. I went to go read the manga on Viz, and I caught up so fast. I was honestly super upset because it is such a realistic, like the situation of how, like, any situation could be weird. Like, all these romantic comedies like in the West and all that stuff, like any reason people can get together for any reason, but the reason they got together is kind of insignificant. It's what happens afterwards when they start hanging out that is amazing. And the animation is beautiful. The voice acting is done really great. They do a really good job. And then there's real, like Dress Up Darling, there are real situations that they have to deal with, like people's parents are sick. People are being held to certain expectations, and they're just dreading whether they want to follow in those footsteps or if they want to do something different. They're trying to like become more independent, but they're only 16. Like it's real situations that a high schooler would go through, and we're like 10 years removed from being in high school. How many years are you, sure?
We're not.
Okay, but
some amount of years.
But we're a little bit over 10 years removed from being in high school. But I do remember these situations feeling very real, because like when me and my wife, when we got together in high school, it kind of felt like this. Me and her would be out past 1 a.m. just going to IHOP, staying out past a certain time, and then just getting into arguments over like little petty shit, not talking for weeks, and then just reconciling. It's stuff like that this kind of has.
That's impossible. We have to take like a week.
We gotta have a whole fucking flash.
A whole arc.
Gotta go sit and stare at her. So the one.
So I feel like Insomniacs After Dark is definitely a romance for people who are starting to become more conscious of like other people and who of people they like. And this is a very realistic way to like approach people and talk to them, because you watch videos and TikToks of people going, how I rizzed up 20 girls in one day, like shit like that. Like, that's not real. You don't talk to people like that. If anything, I'm surprised you didn't fucking get your fucking head knocked off for it. Like, stuff like this is very realistic, which is funny because it's fucking anime. Like, when you say people, hey, I have an anime to recommend. Oh, are they going to be yelling for 20 minutes every episode? It's like, no.
No, they act like people.
Yeah.
And, the things they're saying and the emotions they're feeling are actually, like, true to life.
I really like Insomniacs After School, and I don't think it got a lot of praise. One, because, again, it was on High Dive. Second, it's just...
I was just about to play defense for High Dive.
If I don't stress enough Insomniacs After School, then you're not going to get to it. But I think it's a very, very well-paced show. It's a very beautiful show. And, like, if you don't get into it by the first 2 episodes, done. You're done. Like, just tap out at that point. Because it's a lot of that. It's a lot of characters growing as the show goes on. And if you're not into that, if you're into, like, your character staying stagnant for 12 episodes and then becoming the best at the end, this isn't for you, you know? But that's my take. Don't watch Toradora. That should be, like, your 10th romance anime. Insomniacs After School should be, like, one of your top 5 to start with.
Can I please talk about how I don't like the ending of Toradora, though?
Yes.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. I need to get this out of my system.
Get it off your chest.
So here's the thing right now. Spoilers for Toradora. Fuck, skip ahead like a minute or something. So, okay. So by the end of the show, we have feelings established.
Yep.
They're going to be an item.
Yep.
However,
Does she leave for a different school?
Yeah, so the main chick ends up leaving a note for Ryuji, right? And is like, hey, so I have some stuff to work out or something like that. I think it's something akin to like, yeah, she either has to go live with her dad or like...
her mom.
Yeah, it's something like that. She has to be ripped away from Ryuji for a little bit.
That's right.
And we're kind of left feeling like, are they going to be a couple? Or, is something going to happen or what?
Episode ends.
So, Ryuji's fucking school.
Yep.
And for whatever goddamn reason, fucking the main girl is inside of a locker, like just hiding in there.
Yeah, it's because she's...
And then but everything's fine now. It's just like, what was the point of that? It was like blatant artificial tension to like make us worry that, we're not going to get our main couple.
That's my death.
What, for Death Note?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with that, where the writer intentionally did this and knowing that they were going to reward you in the end. They just did.
Sure.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I completely with you. The ending of Toradora pissed me off until she came out of the locker, and then you're like,
well, good.
You son of a bitch, how
Thank
dare
God.
you? Yeah, like literally, I think I would have dropped it a whole fucking point on my Mal rating. Very
like,
important.
It was just weird as fuck. It's just like, when they establish their feelings with each other and they're going to be an item, it's like, okay, then, we could have like a cute epilogue or whatever. But no, let's pretend like they're not for like a little bit. Like, why? So, oh yeah. So that's my only real major gripe.
We could start animating those good dojin for Toradora.
So that's my main gripe that sticks out besides like kind of bloatedness of it.
Yeah, I'm 100% with him on the ending.
Just, the ending didn't need to be that way. But
do you guys think Toradora is rated too high?
No.
Would you say it was like an
8.06?
I'd give it a 7.
Going from memory, I'd probably give it about a 7, and the bloatedness of it and that fucking ending play a part. So, but I think it's a good anime.
Imagine if you stopped watching when credits rolled or when the ending played, and you never knew that Taiga returned and her and Ryuji got together, and you're just that pissed off. You're like, oh, why people recommended this fucking bullshit?
What the fuck is this? They just said that they, were getting together and they kissed.
Like, that was me, and I'm pretty sure I texted him, and I'm like, I'm mad unless something happens right here at the... Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you just feel fucking robbed, and it's like, okay, well, I'm happy now, but what the fuck? So, good show.
We can move on.
Yeah,
okay, so we glazed romantic comedy. I glazed Insomniacs After School. Horimiya, Snafu. I already said that. Dress Up Darling. The highest rated romance is Kaguya-sama Season 3 with a 9.01.
People are out of their minds on that. I enjoyed 2, 1, and 2, but I didn't go back for 3, and I don't feel like I missed one.
Season 3 is a condensed version of the manga. The manga after Season 2, there's maybe about like 40 to 60 chapters still that need to be like played out.
Right.
And I don't know if they turned that into the movie that came out as well, which I did not include on here.
There was a movie for Kaguya?
Yeah, there was a movie. Now I don't know if that movie was including pretty much the ending of Kaguya-sama, because the ending of Kaguya-sama, obviously Kaguya and what's his name?
Shinobuya? No.
Shinogane?
Shirogane.
They get together. Like, obviously they're gonna get together, but it just like there's so much cut out of the manga that that, okay, like there are some pretty funny scenes in there. I don't even remember if I watched season 3, but I just remember there being like a whole chapter dedicated to like Shirogane not being able to pick up his weekly issue of Shonen Jump, and then it's basically just an advertisement for the fucking digital Jump app. Like,
funny story that happens in the missing pieces. The nerdy girl is like, I gotta get my weekly magazine, and then they're sold out. But there's a nice boy that gives her a copy.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell.
I think it was what's the treasurer's name? The like loner boy.
Black haired boy.
Yeah,
that's big sad hours.
I'd help you boys out if I could, but
Ishigami. There's also I think you and Shirogane are talking, and he's like, hey, I wasn't able to pick up my weekly Shonen Jump because it was like out of stock, and he was like, oh, did you try downloading the Jump app? It has all of your favorite stuff. And he's like, really? Yeah. And he's like, really?
One piece.
And it just becomes this blatant, like, you can pretty much tell that this is a blatant like self-inserting, like, hey, read this on the app. And there's another chapter where Yu Ishigami is playing he's like playing Apex, but they rename it to something else.
He's playing Apex.
He's playing Apex Legends.
Okay.
I don't remember who he was playing it with, but he was playing with like a popular girl, right? She's like a beauty, and she's called like the White Beauty or some bullshit like that. It's not Shiragone's sister. And he's basically like, and I'm sure everybody already kind of got the sense that what's her name? Ino?
Yeah.
Ino likes Ishigami. Like, that should be established at the point. Ino likes Ishigami. So she was kind of like asking him questions. She was trying to get into video games. I think she even hired a like video game tutor to like help her play video games. And I don't even think if this stuff was in the anime. But I remember there's also another chapter where Ishigami's just trying to tell Ino the benefits of Discord, and she's just like, I don't get it. Yes, he's trying to tell her.
I'm having a stroke right now.
He's trying to tell her the benefits of Discord. So, I mean, stuff like that, sure, you can cut out. Just get rid of it. It's just for the manga. But like, there's still a lot of chapters that I feel like were cut out.
Oh, you bet your ass is gonna go hard, man.
I mean, that's a show that actually might benefit.
Yeah, and it definitely would benefit from it, because there's a bunch of like there will be like weeks where it's just random bullshit, and then it's like, hey, we're progressing the plot. So I feel like maybe that's what Kaguya-sama season 3 was doing, progressing the plot, and they only took the most important and relevant parts. I don't know. I just don't know if a 9.01 is
the thing,
like justified. Or?
Yeah, like I know season 1 and 2 are, but
when I think Kaguya-sama,
you see more as like a comedy.
It's a comedy for me. Like, the romance takes it back to whatever they're all doing that week. Like, they're all funny. Fucking that one scene in season 2 where Ayasaka is just like trying to hit on Shirogane, like be that girl, where she's just like,
fucking home wrecker,
Mrs. Steal Your Man. Yeah, literally. It was just like more comedy than I cared about Shirogane and Shinomiya. So maybe that's why I was like, together.
It's funny, but I personally don't feel like I went into season 3. I personally feel like I did not watch it because I read the manga, and there was just so much that was cut out because I saw it was only going to be 12 episodes. I said it was only going to be 12 episodes. I was like, then they'd be cutting out a whole bunch. Yep. Even the final, like what they do after season 2, and then the final arc, those are two completely different things. It's almost like two individual arcs. For example, it's like the Culling Game and Shibuya.
Yep.
So yeah, but you're getting a season 3 out of all of that. It didn't make sense to me, so I just did not interact with it. Should we wrap it up? Like,
we need to wrap it up.
So we recommend Horimiya.
Yeah.
Only Horimiya, not the missing pieces.
Yeah, don't watch Missing Pieces.
Snafu, My Dress Up Darling. You should get into Toradora at some point, but it shouldn't be your first.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I recommended Insomniacs After Dark.
Oh, can we get into the quints real quick?
All right, what do you have to say about the quintessentials?
Quintuplets?
You picked the wrong one.
He did.
Spoilers for the quintessential quintuplets movie. If you haven't watched it, please skip to the end of the podcast.
So Futaba was not the pick.
She never was.
You mean... Wait, no, it wasn't that name.
Miku.
Yeah, you had Miku. You had Nino, best one.
I thought it was Yotsuba.
Oh, it's Yotsuba.
Yeah.
My bad.
I was gonna say I don't know where it's Futaba.
I don't know where I got Futaba.
The best
from.
one. Fuck you guys.
Is Futaba the one with the stars in her hair?
Pretty sure you're confusing Futaba with the Persona girl.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think there's a Futaba dog.
I'm gonna say I'm confusing it with some other
pull
show.
Up the names. Yotsuba was not pick either way. Wait, no, you're a Yotsuba liker, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you are?
Day one.
Absolutely.
Guess what? I was so justified in being right.
Absolutely disgusting.
Wrong choice.
At least he didn't pick fucking Miku.
Well, fuck.
Ichika, Nino,
Ichika's the
Miku,
oldest one,
Yotsuba, Itsuki.
Okay, so
Itsuki.
Itsuki is what I figured the choice was going to be in the end, just because like she just
That's the first one he saw.
Right, and I just assumed like, oh, okay, well, writing shit, blah blah blah. It'll probably end up being her. I'm glad it wasn't, but Yotsuba, no.
I'd like to preface the rest of this section of the podcast by saying I've never watched this show. I just know which the best one is.
Which one?
It's Nino.
Nah.
Nino's the tsundere.
What do you mean, nah? Nino's good.
Dude.
Nino's the tsundere. The tsundere always on top. You're a tiger.
And then as things go on, she opens up more and gets all kind of direct with them. It's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like real life tsunderes are just those women with anger management issues. So I can't fuck with that. Anyways, can you guess which one our friend Tristan was rooting for?
Oh,
we
Miku.
already know.
Yeah.
It was Miku.
Yeah, like course.
Sad vibes all around.
She has the head so relatable.
Oh.
Okay, so quintessential quintuple 7.99, season 2 8.4. I mean, it just barely made it into the mid tier, like the top mid tier.
Do you count this as romance or is this more harem?
No, this is definitely romance because they're all trying to get with him, but he's just like, dude, I'm trying to fucking get paid, man.
I'm trying to teach you.
I'm trying to support my household.
He's a fucking tutor, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to teach you dumb fucks.
Yeah, he gets hired on, and they're like, yeah,
Please
so
stop
just
trying to jump on.
Teach my dumb daughters how to get better.
Okay, so have any of us watched Nana?
Nope.
I haven't. I've had it on my list for years now.
Nana is the one about what, like
Yuri, I think.
Yeah, I think it's Yuri, and there's like some like dark haired chick with tattoos, and she's smoking and stuff. I think I know of it. I haven't seen it.
Your Lie in April.
That's
8.64.
That's a 9 out of 10.
Really?
People have problems with Your Lie in April because Kiori's kind of leads on main character.
Oh. But do they get together?
No, because she's hanging out with
spoilers now.
She's hanging out with main character's best friend, and then but she's secretly in love with main character. So in order to get close, started dating the best friend, and then there's a lot of bad things that happened in Your Lie in April. Like she's not technically a good person. I kind of overlooked that part of it. I didn't really think about it much at the time.
That doesn't sound very good at all. That aspect.
That aspect is the later half where she's like teaching him to rediscover his love of music because he's been traumatized by his mother like beating him down, telling him he's awful because she was like a professional pianist during her day. He's like not living up to her standards. She plays the violin. They play together. It's like starting to rediscover his love of music, and then very bad things happen that I won't spoil because both need to watch it at some point, and fucking tugs at your heart.
What about Weathering with You?
I've never heard of that before.
Okay.
That's a
I think
movie.
This is an anime movie.
Oh, it's a movie? Okay.
I think so. That was the other one I wanted. Your Pancreas 8.55, Weathering with You 8.28. So these are some movies we could probably get to at some point in our watching all this stuff. But I think the last one on here I have is Dangers in My Heart, which I actually put in my top 3. Really fucking good. The only thing I don't like that makes me feel weird again is that they're middle schoolers, but at least there's no weird sexualization or anything like that. Well, they don't have relations that go that far. The characters are kind of
That was the most disgusted ever.
God, I hated
it was uncensored.
I hated it when they held him.
Yeah, they did. Ugh.
It was uncensored. I was
Fucking
like
EVMA
stock a point.
Dangers in My Heart.
No, like it is it's very cute, but it starts out super cringe. Main kid is like super edgy. He wants to kill the popular girl. Popular girl is being outgoing and popular, and then just like subtly it's one of those where like it feels super unrealistic because he's so gloomy, he's so introverted, and she's the one that like goes up to him. But like later on in the manga and the anime, she kind of asks herself like, what do I think of him? It's like, so you were just engaging with him because you had nothing else to do?
She was just so bored.
Yeah,
She's like, all right, I'll start interacting with this.
I'll pick this one now.
Yeah, it felt like a he'll do kind of a thing.
Wow.
Which felt a little weird. It felt like a little.
Yeah, it does sound a little weird.
But no, it's like that only lasts so long, and it's like their interactions, hanging out, and he's always like, "Fuck this bitch, I don't like her. Ugh, she makes me ugh," and yet he still helps her. He like hides her, and like it's just
he dislikes her that much.
Like at first, and then he like gets to know parts of her that nobody else sees, and it's like I want that to myself kind of thing. And but his personality is a lot like me, not in the cringy part, maybe a little bit, but in the like insecure parts where like you don't think you're good enough, you don't think you think like you're the only one overthinking things all in your head. Stop thinking that you have a chance, kind of a thing, which is what I thought about when when I first got with my wife, was like she'd never give me the time of day, and like it somehow happened. But like that's the only part I kind of connect with. But aside from that, it's like it's very cute once you get past the cringy part where he's like, I hope she dies. This is my notebook.
This fucking bitch.
I carry around a serial killer encyclopedia.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he was going down school shooter territory.
I mean,
Let's
this
fucking
Japan.
go.
I don't know how far he'd go down it, but
in that vein though, of just like I hate these people, etc., whatever.
Correct, but it is once you get past that, I think that's where this score comes from, where it's like the 8.25. I feel like the first few low scores would be the first few episodes, and then once you're past like episode 4 or 5, you don't even like that's gone. It's like you're done with that. You're done with the cringe part, and it just becomes such a like he's figuring himself out. He's figuring out. Yeah, it's like it's one of those where like he has to come to terms with himself. He has to come to terms with like, does he like her? Does he love her? Is she changing him for the better? Is he changing her? Is he changing her for the worse? Like he has fears. He has he has no. It's all these things, and yeah, he beats his meat at one point. So I mean,
Perfect.
if Gojo did it, he can do it.
Could hell not hold you, Satoru Gojo?
But essentially, I do recommend The Dangers in My Heart. I am keeping up with the manga. I love it. It's one of my, at least in the manga sense, one of my top 10. Like 10 out of 10s in my opinion. But aside from that, yeah, it has a rough start with the whole killer encyclopedia cringe. I want to kill, murder people.
Sounds a little rough. Just a little bit.
I almost did not keep going, but I think I was just bored, so I just kept reading. But before I knew it, I was so invested and I was like caught up.
You dug deep enough and you're like, oh, okay, this might be a gem.
Correct. But so these are our romance takes. This genre is a pretty big genre, but there's also a lot of trash. Rent a Girlfriend would technically be under this romance umbrella, but we would never fucking talk about that. Harems are also technically under this umbrella, but we should never talk about harem. So, okay, these were our hot takes. These are romance. I don't know. I felt like I was a bit more passionate because there was a lot less riffing when I talked, but
brother, I don't really remember a whole lot of romance anime I've watched in recent memory.
Yeah,
so
if Salem didn't watch fucking Snafu, we would have been up shit creek because it would have only been you and me talking.
Well, we glazed Snafu quite a bit. Well,
because it's good. It's that good.
It's a good show.
Not gonna lie.
It's close. Not a 10.
So, I mean, look, all of our shonen bros, if you're listening, My Hero is done. It's not the X-Men you thought it was. And look, you're gonna need something post-mortem. You're gonna need some time to relax. You're gonna need some time to chill out. But look, just to all the shonen bros, you're growing up. I know you were probably like 8 years old when you started and you're now 15. You're getting to that age where you're starting to like a girl.
Dragon Ball isn't cool anymore.
Don't act like do not act like the people in My Hero. Do not act like the people in My Hero.
I've been listening to that motherfucking other anime podcast. That motherfucker is still going on about how Boruto is good, and I'm like, you're fucking so wrong.
Okay, quick tangent. What the fuck? What? He's saying Boruto's good?
Yeah, he's saying it's the only reason people hate on it is because of the filler, because the manga is not getting written fast enough, and it's like, you cannot convince me at any point that Sasuke would have lost his goddamn Rinnegan to a fucking kunai at any point. Kunais never mattered in Naruto until they matter.
Now they have mattered, sure.
It's like, if kunais mattered, fucking Tenten would be one of the top ninjas, and we all know Tenten ain't one of those.
Hell no.
I can't even joke about that. She's garbage.
So
she had the ability to be one of the coolest characters.
She had potential.
Because she was looking for the great ninja whips, and then Kishimoto was like, nah, never mind.
Well,
I don't know how to write female characters.
In the Chunin exam, when they were doing like the final tournament shit, like she was introduced as like a weapons master or some bullshit. And you're like, oh, okay, that could be cool. And then she just gets bodied.
I feel like
all the time.
the different swordsmen that had the unique swords from
the Mist Sword.
Yeah, like all the different swordsmen were cooler than Tenten ever could have been.
Oh, of course.
And it's like that was Tenten's whole thing, was she was a weapon.
So all I was trying to say is that My Hero kids, I'm sure they're entering high school. I'm sure they need something else to watch. Watch something a little more realistic. Like anime's still not realistic.
Like
do not act
the most realistic.
If I just swap these brains, I could make re-alive this dead body.
Do not act on YouTuber pickup artists. You do not act on Sigma grind set videos. Do not pretend to be an anime character. But how about you watch some of these shows we recommended and just take some notes, because some of these ways are appropriate to approach people of the opposite sex and some ways are not. not. I'll leave it up to the viewer discretion to figure out what's what. I'm pretty sure it's fucking obvious. But those were some of our picks. You guys have anything else to say before we sign off?
Oh, do you know what r/mean text is? It's just 4chan threads that people post on Reddit.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I might have.
So like, there was a 4chan post that was like, I watched Arcane, took a character from Arcane and got a girl with it, and he was acting like Victor from Arcane the whole time. And it's just it's the most wild fucking thing you'll ever read, where he was like, yeah, I just was like sad and dejected all the time, and I got a cane and I walked with a limp, and the girl was so into it.
Actual insanity.
I mean, people often say that all of 4chan posts are fucking fake or gay, but that one
be true.
Maybe that one's true. Maybe that guy did get that girl by acting
that limp and was a sad
he just
boy.
Pulled out a cane and he was like, I'm sad.
Did he put on an accent though?
Yeah, he said he talked like the character and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Do not act like Victor from Arcane.
He didn't fucking put on Russian like Victor accent, but it was like, I don't know. I'd have to show it to you sometimes because it's.
If you can find it, just send it to me. Like it sounds amazing.
Well, this has been Isano's Den of Otakus. I didn't say that up top, but that's what this is. That's what this podcast is. Thanks for tuning in. This is probably our longest one yet. See ya.